Welcome back, everybody. Let's get this a going. It would help if I was in Discord. That would probably be smart. Probably be smart. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, is my microphone not working? There we go. There it is. I hope. Okay. Okay. Make sure we're not muted. We're not muted. We're good. And we're back. Let's do it. Let's do it. How are you doing today, Druid?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little stiff and sore from working out this week, but...
That's nice. I am sore from just working on shit. I've not yet done my workout yet. I have to go move a whole bunch of logs later, too. It's been really cold. It's been very, very cold. Need the clicker, Steve Cat? Turn the heater on for him. Go get a drink real quick. I'm all over the place today. It's March. It's March and we're doing stuff. Okay. Pull this over here. Put that over there. I don't see anybody in the YouTube chat yet, but I assume that's just people who haven't shown up, so that's fine. We started almost on time today, which is nice.
Yeah.
Where are my glasses cleaner? Here it is. So I tried, we talked about Pirate Software's, Thor's, like, publish things without publishing it to your
subscribers?
Your subscribers. Yeah. And so I tried that yesterday, and my video got no views.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, well, that didn't work. So I'll probably delete that video and re-upload it.
Yeah.
With it, and see if that makes a difference. So let's see how that goes. Don't screw with the algorithm. That's all I got. Oliver, welcome in.
I had kind of wondered about that because I saw you push the notification to the Discord, and so I watched it from that link. And then I wanted to comment on my main computer in order to keep things, in order to keep me from, like, doom scrolling on my computer when I should be working. I've got, like, YouTube comments turned off, so I can't, like, actually interact with videos. And so I switched over to my laptop, and it took me, like, I had to go to your YouTube homepage in order to actually find the video.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It's like, I think the idea of doing that works really well once you have, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and it's like, yeah. I want to publish something that isn't necessarily for them, right? I want to try to find new people. I think that's what that's for. So I did a how to play Helldivers in D&D, and no, like 3 people were like, hey, that's cool. And yeah.
I was like, why isn't this getting more traction? Everybody's playing Helldivers.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to grab some of that Helldiver community, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So,
but like also people are still into D&D, or at least TTRPGs.
Mm-hmm.
And D&D, for better or worse, it's still the, like, default term for TTRPGs.
Yep.
So I expected that
Wandslinger Helldiver
much better. Yeah.
Essentially a Wandslinger Helldiver. I made the argument that instead of getting a machine gun, you have a spell focus. that lets you shoot machine guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made a comment saying that your shotgun spell focus probably uses wands of magic missile as ammo.
Just cram the whole wand in it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
I mean, that makes
One
way
charge at a
more
time.
sense. Yeah, it makes way more sense than Pathfinder when things had like 30 to 50 charges. It's just like,
Yeah.
reload.
Anyway, hello, Brian.
Right,
Hey,
Corpse
Corvus.
as well.
I just snuck in.
It is cold here, and it's driving me crazy. It snowed yesterday. I'm like, not cool.
Welcome to March.
Yeah. I've had a few birthdays with snow. But
Same, but my birthday's in January, so it's supposed to be that way.
growing up in Idaho, my birthday was either going to be like a warm barbecue or snow. Like, I've had both. My computer's kind of chugging. That's not good. How's the stream? Is the stream holding up? I don't know what's happening here.
It looks fine to me.
Yeah, it says you're still alive.
Okay.
And Bird is chatting away.
All right.
I'm not getting any slowdown or resolution images.
Okay. I'm playing CS 1999 instead of doing revisions. Yeah, I would work on revisions.
I'd play the game.
We'll be all having glory and auspicious day. May the glory of life be the shining, gleaming light. For yeah, for democracy.
Or anarchy.
That
I
hits
actually think it's
that hits me different than it does you.
But you're a naturally lawful person. I'm not.
I was alive during 9/11. So.
So was I. That's not anarchy.
Well, this is a weird way to start the day, but no, it's all right. I was at school when 9/11 happened, and like,
Yep.
all the classrooms like turned on the TVs, and everyone's freaking out. And one of the guys I knew, I just heard him running down the hall screaming, "They're destroying the government! Anarchy!" And just like losing his mind. It was just like, trauma is happening right now. So yeah, that hits me a little different.
I'll break that.
Yep. That's been the last like 20 years of my life. Is someone screaming they're breaking the government.
Yep, that feels unfortunately accurate.
God, you're old, so old. Do you guys have walkers? Not yet.
Exactly.
There's been a couple days where I've wanted one.
When I was younger, I thought it would be cool to have a cane, and now that I'm older, I do not want a cane. Because that means...
a cane sword?
I owned a cane sword for a while. I think I'd give it away to somebody. Or it might be in my dad's closet, and he just doesn't know that it's an actual sword.
What's this weird sliding clicking thing on this? It was like, oh.
Oh boy. I have run into old guys, like, at really weird, like, church functions and, like, bars, and been, like, looked down and been like, that's a cane sword. Just, like, looked around and been like, I don't think anybody else knows. That's great. So that's always fun. Which I think is kind of the point, but...
Yeah. I think my state has a weird law about, like, things like that. I think you actually need a concealed carry license.
I think you do, yeah.
Because it is a concealed weapon.
Yep.
It's bigger than a pocket knife.
You can open carry a lot of things, but they have to be, like, highly visible. So yeah, I think the fact that it's concealed is the danger part. I have a wooden cane collection. I have painted them specific colors. I will not spoil the surprise. Are they all orange? Do you have a giant closet of like
Radiant of oranges.
what's the word I'm looking for? High visibility orange canes, because that would be awesome. High vis, yeah.
Fluorescent orange.
Moniker, welcome in. Moniker, did we get the Discord thing figured out? I never got a response to that. I think we did. Please let me know if we did not. And if you have no idea what what I'm talking about, I think someone's impersonating you in the Discord. So. Yes, it did. Okay, good. I'm going to be working on a new video next week that will basically give a pretty big update for the channel, and I will not spoil it, but it's going to be a thing. So be prepared for that. And then, yeah. Things are pretty much good. Good. That's good to hear. It's going to be a weird next couple of months. I have a whole bunch of big projects and a whole bunch of like life things happening, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be around as much as I can and drawing rugbies. We are doing the viewer suggestions today, so we do have the list from Monday. If you have not put anything on the list yet, please feel free to do so. Yeah, that's all I got. This is a pretty good rugby warm-up. I think I'm ready to go, even though my hands are like ice cold. I should probably turn on a heater, but I don't want to spend money. So I will be cold for a little bit. Because that's how I do.
Start a fire?
I could, but then I'd have to get up and do it, and I don't want to. The question is, how lazy am I compared to how cold I am? And I've not yet reached the tipping point.
Yet.
Yep.
Oh, I have sad news, by the way, Rick.
What's that?
I ended up ripping your print by accident.
Oh, yeah? I don't remember what print I sent you. Which print did I send?
It was
The card?
No, it was the Psychopomp print.
Oh, okay. I can send you another one of those. It's easy enough.
It was... Your envelope was too good at staying sealed.
Oh, I have done that before. I'm one of those weird people that like rip the short end of an envelope open.
Mm.
And I've grabbed the paper and just like ripped the paper in half. It's like, oops. So, yeah. Which is weird because you think I would be like obsessed with letter openers, but I'm not. So.
Yeah, I don't have letter opener.
Palico Archer botanist carrying a large book. A lot of botanists. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going on with the botanist and herbalist thing. It seems to be a trend. I don't know what palicos look like. Cats?
They're cat people, aren't they?
Cats with goggles?
They're little, yeah. They're little cat artificers, basically, from... They're Monster Hunter, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah,
Yeah,
from Monster
I
Hunter.
think so. They're just literally cats walking on their hind legs.
Yeah, like they're not even really anthropomorphized, are they? They're just cats.
No, yeah.
They may have like slightly humanesque hands, but I'm not even sure on that.
I think they're just
Quantum
the cats with thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I saw somebody playing one of the new Monster Hunter games, and he was just following around the Palico NPCs, and like they put a whole bunch of like real world interactions on the Palicos. Like some of them will start like talking to each other and like try to date and like take things apart, and it's like it's really intricate for just being background noise. And I thought that was really funny.
Yes. They're literally just...
Pickle goblin cards, yeah. Why you should play Dice Goblins. I've thought about doing that because people love dice and people love goblins. But like, would you make an actual video about being a person, or should I make a dice goblin character in Pathfinder or D&D? That's the question. I'm gonna look up some Palicos.
Yeah, they're literally just like cats with opposable thumbs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow! They all look just so happy. So happy to be here.
Which is distinctly not cat.
Yeah.
The only facial expressions I've ever seen on the cat are smug and relaxed and batshit crazy. I'm gonna tear your face off and wear it as a mask, sort of crazy.
Why would you do this? Oh, yeah, it's gross. They're not even crispy. This was a complete disaster. Nobody likes soggy face. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Wasn't for you.
Yeah, it wasn't for you. That was for the llama lovers in the chat. Carl. What was the other thing I was going to say? I had a weird... So, for my birthday, I bought a bunch of leather tools. So I can make myself a gun belt. Like a bandolier. Because
Awesome.
I've been wanting to do that or buy one, and then I started looking at buying one, and I'm like, these are like $200. I could buy $200 worth of leather tools and make as many as I want. So that's what I did. And that was my present to myself this year. Last year or the year before, I guess it's been 2 or 3 years, hasn't it, since I bought all the clay. That's what I like to do for birthdays. It's like get new tools or improve something in yourself every birthday. Last year I think I was sick because my eye exploded. So I didn't do anything. I just stayed in bed all day. So this year I want to do something.
Oh boy, new dragon dropped.
Nice. Let me guess. Last one was the Fey one, or was the last one the psychic one?
Last one was
Treasure dragon.
The treasure one.
no. The last one was the conspiracy dragon.
That's right, the secrets dragon.
Yep.
So this one, I'm gonna guess thievery. Sleight of hand dragon.
Nope.
Horned. Oh, that's surprisingly mundane.
It's a primal dragon.
Primal horns.
Just covered in horns. Oh no, you were right. It was the fortune dragon. I was wrong, Jared.
Yes. Imagine that.
Imagine that. There's some smugness in there.
Actually.
So, there might be leather videos coming up in the future. Yeah. There's a guy on TikTok that does, like, custom leather stuff. And so, every time I see one of his videos pop up, it's like, is this going to be about BDSM gear or, like, dice bags? Because it could be either. It's a crapshoot. Like, every single time. It's like, how in public can I be watching this video? Let's find out. That's actually not as many horns as I thought there would be.
Yeah, this artist seems to have been slightly restrained.
It's like, have you seen the barbed devil or the horned devils?
I mean, it's super scaly. Like, it's...
It's cool.
So-
It's definitely cool. But it's only got one horn in my book. It's only got the one horn. That's like a plate dragon. A plated dragon? Pleated dragon? Would you consider a... what the hell is it called? Coelacanth?
Coelacanth?
Is a coelacanth a horned fish? That's what I would...
They don't have thick scales.
They have plates.
Nope. You're thinking of sturgeons.
Sturgeons also have plates, yes, but coelacanth don't have.
You might be thinking of the big bone-headed fish.
I'm drawing a picture of it. One of these fuckers.
Dunkleosteus.
Yes. Are those not what coelacanth looks like?
No.
No.
Let me look this up.
Coelacanth look
Yeah,
derpy.
all right. Yep, you're right. That looks more like a halibut than what I was thinking of. I was thinking of
Coelacanths are the only remnant of the lobed. No. Yes.
Lobe-finned fish. Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking of the Dunkleosaurus. I thought there was a fish that existed today that was similar to that.
I don't
A
think
gar?
so.
No, the gar. I know
No.
Dagar though.
Because they're also armor plated.
Yeah. What's the closest living relative? The lamprey. Well, okay. No, fuck me. I'm wrong. Cool. No idea what I was thinking. Maybe I've played too many video games.
Probably.
Pizza Dragon? Yeah, when's the Pizza Dragon come out? That's what I want to see. Pizza the Hutt was trapped in his ship to ate himself to death. That's another movie I have to watch.
Spaceballs is a classic.
Speaking of which, we watched The Mist last night. We watched the director's cut. Turns out the director's cut has the same ending as the original movie. Burning lied to me, but that's okay. And I think it's funny that both Burning and I have like visual imagery of an alternate ending to that movie that is much better. Like, yeah, we both just separately trauma corrected the ending of that movie. So
That is actually very funny.
I'm kind of wondering if there's an alternate version of it for like TV or something that maybe we both watched, where they just cut off the last 3 minutes of the movie. Because it just completely changes it. Which, to be fair, like it does make it a very horror movie. A horror.
Or they did what Clue did and have like 3 different endings circulating the world. And
Clue tanked because of that, though. I don't see studios doing that again.
People just started arguing about what happened. That would be funny. No, it was this. I appreciate Clue for what it is. I never want to watch it again.
I'll gladly rewatch it every day.
Same.
Ugh.
That's one of those films that I was able to quote the entirety of in high school.
Yep. I'm gay. I have to like it.
Is that the rule?
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
That's,
Not big it is.
that's the litmus test.
It's
I just don't know
camp,
anymore.
making fun of a board game that producers just wanted a movie to be made and didn't care how it got made.
Okay, like I said, I appreciate it for what it is. I just don't want to watch it anymore. I just don't want to watch it anymore. I feel like I have to do bigger eyes. I have to give big old cat eyes.
Yeah, probably a good call.
I'm using a very wide brush here. Maybe that's my problem.
What?
What's up?
Sorry, I was reading the little bit about them designing the horned dragon, and there's a term that I've never heard of before
Hit me.
called Stratiform Ursine hybrids.
Ursine. Let's see if we can break that down. Stratiform would make me think like rock people? Like, that would give you the platelets, I would think. And then the Ursine. That's like bears, right? So like a plated bear?
Yeah.
Stratiform means owls.
Oh, okay.
Strig. I guess
Strig,
is
yeah, that would be Strig. I was gonna say
Strigiform.
S-T-R-I-G.
Okay.
Strigiform,
That would
that's an
be-
owlbear. Yeah, they're talking about they've generalized the term owlbear. That's hilarious.
Yeah, because they were talking about like they were talking like how with they're doing the remaster era thing, they unfortunately in some cases have to leave behind fan favorite monsters because of the OGL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
owlbears are one of them, so they called it
Echolocating mammal man. Nocturnal
Yeah,
echolocating mammal man.
and cuboid gels. That was
Cuboid
another
gels.
thing.
That's funny.
It's like, what?
I was gonna say I was looking. Oh, they haven't released the monster manual yet. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is where all these dragons are going to be in.
Yeah. I was talking to Kevin the Necromancer over the weekend about the new books because he's like, I might get these, and then and I was just letting him look through it, and he was like, and he showed up with an undead owlbear, and I was like, I forgot that was in the book. That's really weird. But he must have been looking at the Book of the Dead at that point, not the new stuff. Okay, how do I make this look like an herbalist? That's the question. You know what the Final Fantasy XIV herbalists have? Which you can also get a Palico in Final Fantasy XIV, so that's fun. They have baggy shirts. That's it.
I'll have a bunch of plants sticking out of its hat or something like that.
That's a good point, yeah. We could put like some...
Give it a sickle.
Do one of these. I was playing my... Garan? Yeah. I was playing my Garan Investigator on Wednesday. And I was leveling up. And I noticed that I could get Garan-specific weapons. And it's like, ooh, I could take a martial weapon. And then I looked and I'm like, I already can have martial weapons. Oh my god. Like, you can essentially...
What? Oh, yeah.
You can essentially use a martial weapon, a two-handed martial weapon, and use your int to attack with it for one hit, which is awesome.
I thought they had to be like finesse.
Nope, it's not. It's because it's not a rogue, and it's only a one-time a turn thing. So if you use a simple or small or finesse weapon, it ups the damage die.
Okay.
So if you're using like a D12 item, it's just already a D12. But for that one hit, yeah, you can upscale it, and it's pretty bonkers. And I was like, oh. But that would allow me to... I was like, oh, that'd be interesting if I had like a giant scythe or something. That's kind of funny. I was kind of thinking about getting, since my guy's name is Sagaro de la Sabotender, which is just giant cactus. Fantasy's giant cactus. Actually, technically his name is Cactus, but that's fine. Cactus the Cactus.
Fucking god. Did you make a cactuar?
Did I make a cactar? No.
Did you make a Final Fantasy cactuar?
Cactars are great, and I love them. No, I did not. But he does specialize in having sharp, pointy thorns. I was gonna give him one of the giant one of these things for cutting down the agave.
Oh.
Give him an agave glaive.
Yeah.
I thought that would be really funny. I might still do that. But yeah.
It's
A
still
razor on a
basically just
stick.
a shovel. Yeah.
It's just a spade. It's just a spade.
It's a sharpened shovel.
You know, I was wondering, can you hit someone with a metal object and also use shock and grasp at the same action? Not as the same action. If you
Unless
are,
you're a Magus.
I was gonna say unless you're a Magus, because then you deliver it with the attack. But it doesn't have to be metal, oddly enough. So, that's the
and
weird thing.
and it takes 2 actions, so it's not. So it's So it does take more action economy in order to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's technically the same action economy, but it's one delivery, which is, I think, great. Because you're getting your attack damage and the spell, so it's consolidating your.
Because basically all you have to do is hit them, and you don't have to worry about the spell. Like, they don't have to roll again for the spell.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and also, you don't have to worry about the multiple attack penalty.
Yep, which is super beneficial. So you say you have a metal quarterstaff and whacking me do 1d6 plus 1d8. Yep, Maguses can do that, but once again, it doesn't have to be metal. Yep. It just doesn't have to be. Because technically what you'd be doing, the way you're working it, the way you're thinking about it is fun. Like, I think that's fun. But if you are charging the spell Shocking Grasp, and then you grab a metal quarterstaff, you're casting it on the quarterstaff. And I would say, great, go ahead and do that. And if anybody else is touching the quarterstaff, great. The quarterstaff is probably going to explode. So, just a heads up on that. Because it would need to take the damage. And if you really want to get that direction, like, you can go as far, and they do this in some video games. People standing in water, people touching each other, like, holding hands and stuff. Spread the electricity damage around. Why not? It's fun. But yeah.
Oh. Interesting fact about the Horned Dragon. The Horned Dragon is now used to be their green dragon.
Okay, so it's the verdant dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I wondered about that because it has the similar sort of shape.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I like that they're decoupling it from the chromatics.
That's
yeah. So
weird to me.
Yeah.
So is it gonna have like life bloom and plant stuff?
Well, it is a primal dragon, so possibly.
Possibly. Because yeah, I wonder if they fucked up and it's supposed to be thorned dragon. That would make way more sense.
No, everything's just purposely horns.
Like it doesn't even look like a horned lizard. You found a cactus weapon. It does look like a cactus weapon. Or a cactus dildo, depending on if you're playing. Ninja swords made by adding the hilt to a spiky cactus. Yeah. What was that game I'm thinking of? Freaking.
I have no idea.
You play like a cyborg super cop, and you have a dildo bat. That was the joke I was trying to get to, but I can't remember what it was. Old school. Someone probably knows. What's up? Welcome in, Juan.
Yeah, so they was talking about the approach that we took with the Horned Dragon, a dragon who you might previously remember who's focused on the color green. So I was like, okay, so this is their new version of essentially the green dragon. But
I think they've called it a horned dragon because it's the green dragon was always the one with the rhinoceros horn.
Oh, a
And
single
so
horn.
Yeah, it's not that it is covered in horns, it is that it is the rhinoceros dragon.
Got it. Like,
Is
it's
what I'm
the
guessing.
unicorn dragon.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 ruined my ability to search for it. Is it shakedown or breakdown?
I don't know.
Something like that. Are you telling me if you type in dildo bat, like Baldur's Gate comes up? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I would not be surprised.
I know a whole bunch of people were trying to beat the game with sausages. Because the monk technically does not need a weapon, so you just have to have anything in your hand counts as a weapon. It is Final Fantasy XIV's weird crossover event thing. Like they're redoing some of them big for the new Final Fantasy VII release that's coming. I think it came out today actually. So
Really?
Yeah, people might be playing that. It might be
wondered
Monday.
why I'd seen an uptake in shorts about that.
Yeah, the next installment's coming out this month. So they're doing an old crossover event, which means you can buy the Final Fantasy 15 car. So Druid, if you want to come back to Final Fantasy and get a free car, I will buy you a car.
I hated that car when I played Final Fantasy 15.
Well, you hated the Batmobile?
Yeah.
You've obviously not played enough 14 to have a fleet of those just come like rampaging through an area. Because when you jump, they like
force of Gridania.
Yeah, it just covers the entire field with cars that like are doing the hoppy low ride thing. But it's a 4-person car, which is pretty unique for the Final Fantasy stuff. So I gotta go buy one. And I am not to toot my own horn. Unlike in real life, I'm rich in Final Fantasy. So if anybody wants one, hit me up. I'll buy you a car.
Yeah, you might be rich in Final Fantasy.
Sugar daddy.
Yep.
I'm going to assume the economics actually works in
More or less
Final
fair.
Fantasy, and that's why.
It's a little weird. There's not a lot of ways for money to leave the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And so generally the way you lose money in that game is by buying gear that you could farm yourself, or teleportation costs. Like transportation costs is where money kind of gets burned out.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I have ways around both of those things. So
Because of course you do.
because I love crafting, so I craft my own shit. And if you're a really good blue mage, you can teleport for free. So it's great. I say really good. You just have to be mediocre. If you're like an adequate blue mage, you can teleport for free.
Horn dragons are definitely green dragons because they have the poison breath.
Okay.
So it makes me want to go back and read the other dragons. See like if I can figure out what these were based off of.
Yeah, what was this? I'm guessing the Secrets dragon was a green chromatic dragon or a black dragon, maybe?
Let's see.
Because it'd
So
have to
it's
be
not
it'd have to be a dragon that's like for Norgorberg or whatever.
So
What's
yeah,
his
it's
elemental
a
crap?
classed as an occult dragon,
Cold dragon. Okay.
which was a thing in 1A.
Yeah.
I had just assumed that it was a dragon for the illusion school, like a new dragon for the illusion school of magic.
Would that be the Mirage dragon?
Oh, I forgot about the Mirage dragon.
Yeah. It's just this one would have to be either poisons or like just negative energy, I would think.
Yeah.
Pathfinder always had like twice as many dragons as D&D anyway, so it's kind of hard to keep track of them all.
Yeah.
Constantly scheming. Either.
A legend saber? Oh, it's a sword with got it. It's a sword with Excalibur strapped to the end of it. The spear is still one of my favorite weapons from Breath of the Wild. Yo, what are we drawing? Hootsie, we are doing the viewer suggestion today. Druid is warming up with a Leshy.
Vine Leshy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm drawing a Herbalist Palico. And thus,
It looks like
thus we go.
Conspiracy Dragon
Okay.
is just a fresh new creation.
Cool.
Because its breath attack is a choking breath
Ooh.
to create a literal smoke screen for escape.
That's cool.
So
Oh, I want to make book covers. Oh my god. There's so many
Book
ideas.
covers.
I was just thinking
Or-
about my leather stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
I just started
Yeah.
I started drawing this book and I was like, I can make book covers now.
Gonna start binding your own sketchbooks. I love doing that.
Good. Definitely good. I was looking at printers because I would love to start doing prints again for the Patreon members.
Mm-hmm.
But and my printer's taking a poop. It's slowly dying. Like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, look at new printers, and there's a really, really good one I want to get that is, it's like, what's it called? It's like eco tanks or whatever. So you just refill the ink yourself.
Right.
And those are supposed to be really good, and those are really nice ones. But it's like $600, and I was like, what would I have to do with the Patreon to get to that point? So I think what I might do is I might start seeing if people would like that again by putting the $10 to $15 rewards back to having prints. And if we get so many of those, I will buy that printer. Otherwise, I'll just have to like print them out each time. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that's also part of my shenanigans we can try to work out this month. Is actually like I need to start working on my artwork having full spreads instead of just static backgrounds. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Or maybe what I could do is I could do on my commissions, the next few commissions I do, I could offer them to the Patreons, but also offer like a upcharge for prints, and then just put that money towards a new printer. Could see if people want that. I don't know if people want that enough. Ready to be a bard? What game is that from? Hot Blood. That looks very familiar. In terms of D&D, does science technically exist, or is everything dictated by IRL science dictated by magic? It's a fantasy game. It's a fantasy game, so it has its own set of physics and reasonality.
Yeah.
So if you want to say you're using magic to do something, great, but like using actual physics to calculate fall damage just doesn't make sense. Like you can do it, and you can use like you can find rational ways to think about it. Like that's a whole thing that people love to do.
Yeah, that's my table.
Yeah,
but as I've shared, I've got an astrophysicist at my table.
Yep,
so
it's totally
an
fine.
Astrophysicist and an accountant, so the math gets done.
Yep.
And I don't have to worry about it.
And I'm a biologist and an economist at heart, and so like I always want to fiddle with that stuff too. But Shadowheart, okay, gotcha.
So the answer to the question is depends on what your table can bear.
Yeah. Because at one point, you could say things like, could someone in the D&D world create a vaccine for something? Probably. Like the alchemists can make anti-venom, they can make toxin, which means they have some way of doing like small integral things, looking at diseases and stuff. The other side of it is, though, why do that in a world where people can just wish away anything, right?
Yeah.
So like the spell cure disease basically makes medical science unnecessary.
Yeah.
It could still exist, but it's just not. It's not as required in that world.
And that's probably not as developed.
Correct.
As in our world.
So,
unless you live in a anti-magical society,
which is totally legit, and I think that's totally fine, because like battle medicine still exists. Like you can use a healer's kit, you can make potions and stuff as a botanist, not as a spellcaster. So like those kind of things do exist, but in a world where magic does exist, would we need some of those things? And that's why I've always had that weird argument with like guns, because gunpowder, yeah, sure. I mean, that's just a chemical reaction, right? That's something simple enough that has been around for a long time.
Yep.
But in a world where you can create fireballs by snapping your fingers, is that an efficient use of time to mine those things?
Yeah. Especially when it's like anybody can do it with a necklace of fireballs.
Yeah. And so I would say even with if you're like playing a gunslinger or an artillerist, what I would say is if you go somewhere that can make enchanted weapons, it's probably not a stretch for them to be like, yeah, I can make bullets. Like they might not be made out of the same thing. They might not have gunpowder in them, but the functionality should still be there. So you can create anything that exists in our world. I have an MRI machine, but I use a scrying spell in a really unique way. Like, yeah, basically no microchips, lots of runes. That's how I always describe it. Like, do whatever you want.
And then to Pathfinder world, Galarian, the reason why like technology exists there is because there are areas where if you try to use magic, it will literally like blow up in your face.
I
So
think
like
there's
they have to rely on like real life technology.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then like Starfinder is kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Even so, I remember there's a few places in Pathfinder 1 that like revolvers and stuff existed because of like crashed spaceships.
Oh yeah.
So like
Androids exist.
androids exist, yep. So science does exist. Science does exist, but it's just it's in a weird place.
Yeah.
I think
D&D leaves WotC leaves all of that agnostic though. It's
Yeah.
very much like your table, your rules, you handle it how you want to handle it.
Yep.
I remember a lot of things back in the day of like you might have talked about this too, but people coming to the table with like, okay, here's how I'm going to make a nuclear bomb inside of Dungeons and Dragons, and it's like, why do that? I'm going to use these dwarves and squish them into a box and make uranium. It's like, stop.
Or just be a kobold with the kobold cleric with the radiation domain. Boom, you're done.
Yep. Bag of holdings should probably be a registered item. Like, they're too dangerous. You accidentally put a bag of holding in a bag and then give that to someone else, and they put that bag in a bag of holding, and you killed a whole bunch of people. You know,
Pretty much.
That's dangerous.
Or in Pathfinder, because D&D doesn't have this, but in Pathfinder, like if you're a summoner and you want to just snap your fingers and do it, there are gravity elementals. So just pull a giant gravity elemental out of the maelstrom and dump it in a city. Voila! Instead of an explosion that destroys everything around it, you implode the city. Why not?
That's
Much cleaner.
That's a weird thing to say coming from somebody who yelled at me for enslaving fire elementals to power us. Let's see. Elliot says
That was Grem, not me.
That's fair. What I'm hearing is that if not everyone can do magic, then there may still be a need for mundane tech if there's a wide enough need. Oh yeah, like the alchemists.
Yeah.
So looking at alchemists, right? Like alchemists are a great example in Pathfinder because they both can create mundane alchemical items like matches, sun rods, alchemical fire. Like all of that is chemistry. They can make it with stuff. But then because of the world they're in, they can use magic to expedite things. They can just create, like, take some of the fundamental ingredients, throw it in a vial, and use magic to instantly create whatever they were trying to make at like instant speed. Okay.
Yeah.
And
or get perfect output, like perfectly efficient output out of their chemical reactions. 'Cause,
or
like, IRL most chemistry is not 100% efficient. You
Right.
don't get 100% of the output you expect.
So like that's a good example of science that is separate from magic being augmented by a magical universe, and I think that's really cool. Kane, thank you. Very well. Welcome in, by the way. Is that like a hat on his hat? Yeah, a little bit. He's got some mushrooms and some leaves and stuff just floating about. It's great. But I think I'm done with this Palico. I think I'm done with it.
Yeah. I'm ready for my first roll as
Roll
well.
me a D12.
D12.
Yeah.
Okay.
For people who are just joining us, by the way, we are doing the viewer suggestion today. If you have not suggested something this week, I put up a poll on Monday on the community post. So I have all those from Monday and Wednesday. But if you have not suggested anything this week, you are very welcome to suggest your character today here in the chat, and I will put it on the list, and we'll go from there. Do we have a topic today? Nope. It's just casual characters. So your characters from D&D, Pathfinder, just any tabletop RPG kind of concept. It just needs to be one sentence description that is not fan art. So like, I don't want to draw Batman. This is kind of stretching the rules. But because they wanted to make a D&D character that was a Palico, I think that works out. They wanted to do a botanist. I think that's fun. So, no mimics.
No,
Yep.
no mimics. But if you wanted to do an abjuration wizard that was a helldiver, Rook did do a video on that.
I did do a video on the Helldivers that nobody saw. Nobody
It
saw it.
didn't get pushed.
Yep.
I saw it.
You didn't
It's
comment.
hilarious.
You didn't comment. Stop.
I had nothing to comment.
Great video. Thank you. For the algorithm. I should just put that on a t-shirt. I should just put for the algorithm and see how many people I can get to scream that on all of my videos.
For the algorithm.
For the algorithm. It's a new month, so we should have a new theme for super chats. We should. It is
Right,
March.
March.
We have not yet gotten any super chats, so we are still running ads. We are doing a thing where if people start, basically when we do these videos, I only ever make I think the most I ever made on a video was like $2 from the ad revenue. So if we get more than $2 on a super chat, I will turn off the ads. So that's the boon for everybody to throw money at me wildly. Did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
A 7? Why does that kobold look like he's about to tell me I need new brakes and an oil change? So I think that was referring to the picture I had posted up there. Wood elf male, older, skinny, long slick back hair, wearing a yellow leather vest and a gray overcoat. Pinkerton vibes. So,
Pink. Okay.
cowboy wood elf.
Okay.
I think I made a cool name for a librarian in D&D. Aurelius? Is this more Roman stuff?
Aurelius Lawhart.
Loreheart? That's good. That's a good one. Door 11. Brawny human male, plague knight, clean shaven, high and tidy. High and tight. Yeah, it says high and tidy, which is weird. This is what we were talking about on Wednesday. Permanent smile. What does that mean? And also, what is a plague knight? I'm gonna have to look that up.
A knight whose helmet is a plague mask?
That's what I'm thinking, but then why
Well-
the smile?
When I think Plague Knight, I think of Warhammer because of Nurgle.
Oh, Plague Knight is a character from Shovel Knight, who is a plague doctor.
Fan art?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they're just using the aesthetic of Plague Knight.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think I might be in love with these
$2.
Fortune Dragons.
Thank you, Brian. Hey, I'll take it.
In love with which dragons, Corvus?
The Fortune Dragon.
Oh yeah, they're
So
No more
they're-
ads. Thank
They're
you, Brian.
arcane dragons,
what?
and they're arcane dragons. So that's
Okay, yeah.
like their magic type. They're spontaneous casters, and their body is covered with nothing but magical items, basically.
So they're
and-
sorcerers that hoard magical items and wear it all?
Yep. And the most powerful versions of them have a aura of magic distortion, which is them basically consuming magic as an automatic process.
Oh, weird.
And their breath attack
Yeah.
is a force damage attack. So just pure magic attack.
That's cool. I like that. Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate that. Brian, thank you as well. You both get some kind of suggestion that we'll do. A quick suggestion draws. It is March. What's a good March thing?
Soldiers March?
That's not clever. Sorry, that sounded mean. That sounded
We've
meaner
done cows.
than I intended it to be.
We've done fae. We've done imps,
Uh,
dragons.
It's got to be a pun, Druid. That's what I should have said. It's got to be a pun. Marching band. Yeah.
March,
Just
the
maybe we just draw
March
bards. Bards or bunnies. I would be okay with either of those. Martians. Martian March.
Didn't we do bunnies for the Ides of March last year?
Maybe. You want a duel, Brian? Yes, duel with money at me.
Oh,
Martians.
Just
That doesn't happen in a while.
No, yeah, we haven't done that. That used to happen all the time. That was really funny.
You were trying to one up on bits on Twitch.
Yep.
And also kind of stressful, if I remember.
There was a. I won't talk about that on stream, actually. watching more pirate software. More stuff to talk about, but once again, not on Twitch anymore, so it doesn't matter. Joan of Arc or Arc. Gamble all. Yeah, exactly. All right. What should we do for March? March Fae? Like Arch Fae? That sounds like Pig Lad.
Did Fae.
I like drawing Fae creatures, though.
All right, so are
Just
we...
say, then don't change it. Just say you're going every time someone donates money, you're going to get a little Fae critter. Don't give the illusion that it's different every month.
I think Corvus, you're onto something there. I'm switching it to Moblin March. I'm just gonna draw goblins. Yeah. Uh-oh. So you guys get tiny goblins this month because I think it's a poignant. Or I guess I could do birds too. I love drawing birds. We're gonna draw more birds this month for sure.
Bird goblins.
Bird goblins, yeah. So I need a one word suggestion. 2 from Bry, 1 from Elliot, for sketches, and then we'll go back to the the Plague Knight. Macho Mart. Yeah, Macho Man March. Ooh, we could have done like what Mexican wrestlers, what are they called? Luchadors?
Lucha?
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do a luchador. June or something. I don't know. A blue cap? What is a blue cap? Is that different than a red cap? The Night Breeze machine? What is... Turn a scorching hot
room. It was
room.
about our technology talk earlier.
It's a D&D AC unit. That's pretty funny. All right, blue cap goblin. Here we go.
Like a blue cap mushroom goblin?
They're from Scotland. Okay. Is it just a hat? I would like to.
Toadstool.
Is it a toadstool?
Toad from Mario. I don't know.
Let's do it. I would like to get a large group of goblins drawn this month or next month. Just as a fun little side quest. So, let's do that.
Blue caps are a mythical fairy or ghost from English folklore that inhabits mines and appears as a small blue flame.
Oh.
Miners would treat them with respect, and blue caps would lead them to rich deposits of minerals.
That's
like
terrifying.
Knockers and kobolds.
You know what that probably is? Propane.
Methane gas.
Yeah, just slowly burning itself to ore deposits and going whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah. Or coal deposits.
Well, coal and methane thing. Yeah, that's true. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Considering it's from the English Scottish, associated with the English-Scottish borders, yeah, it'd probably definitely be coal mines. So they're like will-o-wisps, but underground. And probably more dangerous than a will-o-wisp in reality.
I'm gonna explode!
Yep.
It's a red cap, but it's just sad. That's pretty great.
When Redcap doesn't get enough blood for its hat and so gets depressed.
I'm a sad cap now.
Here's someone's little art for it. It's kind of adorable in a way.
Let me take a look at this. Just a flaming head. That's kind of what I went for. Because it's just the will of the wisp, I assume the goblins are very sneaky, but the glowy part isn't. That's my thought.
That's why they only see the little flame.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag always follow the will-o-wisps.
They might lead you to treasure.
I can't get you guys to follow will-o-wisps for shit in my campaigns.
Well, that's because we know they're Pathfinder will-o-wisps, not natural will-o-wisps.
Bri, please do let me know what type of goblin you would like. And I will.
A brownie goblin? Bat goblins?
I think all of my goblins are going to be bad goblins. That was the other thing I wanted to draw, because I think you said that in one of the comments, and I was like, yeah, I should draw more. Maybe it wasn't you. There might have been someone else talking about bad goblins. Just give them little pointy noses that go up.
Yeah. That may have been me at one point.
I think we've
I
definitely.
just know
talked
I
about
do
it.
like bat goblins.
All right, there's one. We're gonna put him over here, and he's just gonna hang out with the bird. I'm just gonna hang out with the bird today, and then I will put those all along the bottom, and they will just exist there, and that's how we're gonna do that. How about party time goblin? Okay, we can do party time goblin. That's not a one-word class, but it's fine. Party goblin. Do you guys ever see the party wolf from Adventure Time? They never really explain that. I think he was the party god.
Yeah, it was just a floating wolf head.
Oh, yeah, super weird. Name him Flicker. Flicker's a good name.
I have no memory of floating wolf head party god.
Yeah. Everyone says will a wisp, but nobody asks why a wisp. Yeah. Yeah, okay, no, Druid is drawing with me today, so I'm drawing the stupid looking stuff. As is my usual.
There you go, Druid.
Oh, yeah, nope, I remember that now.
Memory unlocked.
I'm gonna draw this in orange, and I will try to make it visible. Bri, that's the best I can do. The best I can do.
All we can guarantee.
Can people even see that? That's pretty good. It's showing up. Adventure Time didn't really answer much. Didn't Jake come out of some sort of cyst in a weird cosmic deity's head or something? Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
They've had a few movies and stuff come out, which were good. Adventure Time
Jake's
had.
dad was like a demon slayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what should we do to make this look like a party goblin?
Party hat?
Just a big pointed party hat.
I mean, it was either that suggestion or make it look like a frat bro.
Yeah, I guess so. Which I guess that's what they did with Wolf. The Wolf one.
Yeah, the backwards baseball cap.
Should I Should I try the... Okay, the bat nose is actually pretty cute. I think we might stick with that for a little while. Good call.
See, bats are cute once you get over the fact they're kind of also creepy at the same time.
If you ever think that bats are too creepy, like just go watch a tiny fruit bat eat fruit.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
All right, these are great. These are great. I can't be mad at them anymore.
And then go and look
Even
at
there's only a few of them that are just like, I don't want to
Yeah.
handle you.
Yeah.
My uncles used to tell me stories about them trying to get rid of bats. Those get pretty weird.
Well, get rid of bats, like unless they were in the house. Then different story.
Yeah, I don't know. They would hide up in trees and harass their stuff.
I don't know. Make him like a disco ball and a glitter troll. A glitter troll sounds terrifying, Ted. Afternoon, Rook and Druid. By the way, I got your package of stickers yesterday. Nice. Thanks again. My girl immediately claimed the marching band of kobold stickers. Awesome.
Those are still available if people would like a marching band of kobolds. Stickers, please let me know. I can send those out. Party time! Brady, did you want another one? Did you want since you went twice? I will draw you a second goblin if you like. I just need another prompt. This one's going to be holding a cake. A cake that looks like a mimic. I said looks like. It's not.
Your rules, you can do what you want.
Mm-hmm. I should make a mimic cake.
That would be fun. A wand slinger goblin, we can do that.
That's a good one. What kind of clothes would a party goblin be wearing? Maybe we
It
don't
really
give them
depends on the
clothes.
kind of party.
Yeah. Maybe we just do this. We just give them shaggy little butts. Fuzzy little goblin bits. Like a toga.
Dude, are you going to give your goblin inventor blast boots?
I've actually thought about it. Maybe not. He is a fire goblin, so he does have the racial feat where he can set himself on fire. Deal extra fire damage with physical attacks, but
I think I took that with my Leshy. Something to the effect of... Oh no, I like being on fire. That's what it was.
I heal from being on fire.
Oh.
Is it a wedding party?
yeah. I don't actually expect you guys to rely on Curdle, so I haven't cared too much about the items he carries.
Oh yeah, Kevin the Necromancer was reading through the book, the new Pathfinder 2 remastered stuff.
And there's a variant for leveling up where you basically don't give people rewards in money per se, but you basically milestone equipment upgrades. And we talked about that the other day about how every level you're kind of supposed to upgrade a part of your gear.
Yeah.
There's a system for that. It's like, oh, when you reach level 1, your weapon becomes a +1 weapon, regardless of what weapon you're using. And then at level 2, it gives you a potency rune. You choose a potency rune for your weapons, and you just keep doing that. And I was like, that's kind of how the paladin used to work, right? You're supposed to get these effects, and the champion basically starts with a +1 weapon and ghost touch, or like a choice of like 2 or 3, and then nothing else after that for their weapon. I'm like, that's weird, but I think it's because that's kind of the thought process anyways, is like, you're supposed to be upgrading it. Why would we give it to you for free beyond the first step? So that might be an interesting way to look at it, of just like here's what your weapons should look like at this level, and then just do that. Like, don't worry about it being money wise, you just do it. Set it on fire, everything's fine. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Pathfinders, they're doing some interesting stuff, and it's just so complicated and hard to keep track of.
Yeah, unfortunately. I really, really, really want them to hire somebody who can collate their shit better.
Which I think it is a little better, because the new books are almost half the size of the first one, so it's like, okay, they've cleaned some of it up, but it does still have the same problem of just like, look at the traits. It's like, well, where do I find what the traits mean? It's like, well, shoot.
Yeah. I will say, the first core rulebook for remaster is only like 6 classes.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it is missing some stuff too.
Because we're like missing barbarian, champion, monk, sorcerer, alchemist, and investigator, and oracle.
Okay, wand slinger goblin. Oh god, I keep forgetting to take that off the playlist. Is it a funeral party?
I don't think so. I mean, it could be soon. Call an ambulance, but not for me.
Call an ambulance, call an ambulance.
Not a good derpy goblin shape. I kind of want to give him like a poncho. I feel like a wand slinger should have a poncho. But like, how big is a poncho if your body is tiny?
Massive. Long enough to drag on the ground.
I was watching some of the... I wasn't watching some of... YouTube sent me some shorts of the...
quick draw championships, trials, whatever the hell you want to call them, contests. I don't think those people actually shoot. I think they're firing blanks, and I don't know if accuracy counts, and if it does, that's amazing. But they call him the goblin with no aim. Yeah.
Those guys are fast, though. It's probably because I was looking up, like, the bandolier stuff.
Yeah.
YouTube's like, oh, you like old westerny things? It's like, yeah, I do. You got me. I really like the wand slinger archetype idea. And I've just not yet quite found the right way to build it. So I have two concepts that I really love. One where you just like have a way to just continuously use a wand forever. And the other one where you're just like covered in different wands. And I haven't found a class that like really makes either of those two things ideal.
What is it?
A wand slinger?
A wand slinger.
Oh,
Yeah.
for 2E?
It's not a thing.
No.
But I was looking at 2E trying to make like a thaumaturge with it. Because that gives you the unlimited use wand where you're just like pew 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 pew. Which is cool. But it also you have to fiddle with it a little bit to be able to use wands in 2E that way. To use regular wands. So Far Key? I'm a Warforged veteran. The body was completely destroyed, so he is building his new one out of scrapyard. I think it would be great to just like pack mule tons of cargo. Is that a suggestion, Ted, for this week?
Or are you just
talking
telling us about your character?
Spitballing ideas, yeah.
Need a wandelier. Exactly. The wandelier is the thing I think is interesting.
Though they also got rid of bandoliers, so.
Well, they didn't. Yeah, they did. They did, but they gave them to everybody.
Yeah.
They got rid of them as an item and just said that everybody has one. So.
Yep. It's very much just like you can always have a wand or a potion or some sort of item at the ready to use.
I think it said you could have up to 10 items for your worn items, because that's what, like...
Because basically, as long as you don't have it stowed away, you can have it on you.
And that's why that's why finite was so slow, because I had so many things on me that I was over encumbered. I was like, oops.
Or you should just stick with one weapon instead of like trying to fumble with multiple weapons.
No. It was just the one weapon. I had a weapon, plate mail, 2 shields, and
bolos.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I do have the bolos. It's my deity weapon. Like, I don't know what else to do. It's just like, well, it sucks.
Well, choose a better deity.
I guess.
Yeah. But also, you're a champion. You don't have to stick with your deity weapon.
Well, that's why I'm using a greatsword. But I feel like I should have my deity's weapon on me just because. It feels thematically correct. But the problem was I had like 8 potions and a whole bunch of other crap just like strapped to my body. And I was like, oh, I'm too heavy. I need to put this in a bag. If it would have to be magic users for the wand slinger, user class a plot twist, cantrip monk. Yeah, I mean, so the issue with 2E is that to use a wand, you have to have the spells on your spell list. You don't have to like have them selected or anything. You just have to be able to cast the spell. So to be the monk, you'd have to dip into like a sorcerer subclass, and then with 5E, yeah, I guess you could do that. You could do the monk and then just have like a bunch of cantrip wands and stuff. Would be fun.
Yeah. In 5e, you do have to roll if it's not on your spell list, right? You do have to make a check.
I don't know. No, it's just a magical item, I think.
Yeah, it's a little consumable item. I know with staffs.
Oh no, I'm thinking scrolls. Sorry.
Yeah. Scrolls are very much dedicated for spell users. But I think wands are kind of just a universal item that anyone can pick up and use. But then I think there are possibly a few wands and staves that you have to be a specific class or just be a spellcaster to use. Like Staff of the Magi, you had to be a wizard to even use it. So
So I want to give him sideburns? Maybe I'll give him sideburns.
You love giving goblins sideburns.
It makes their head a little not so weird.
I'm gonna say your sideburns are more of mutton chops than sideburns.
Yeah.
Which I oppose on just on a fundamental level
That's all right.
against mutton chops.
I feel the same way about beards, so.
Beard is better than mutton chops.
I disagree.
It's really depends. Really depends. I generally despise mustaches. Or a mustache without other facial hair.
I'm not a fan of. It's like when you have like a beard.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to be selective
Yeah.
because it's like you either spend the time and effort like having a nice beard, like
Yeah.
a really nice trim beard, or you can have a mustache, or you can have sideburns, but like I'm not a big fan of just the beard.
Yeah. Yep. And
I mean, that just makes you
literal,
Amish.
Right? Yeah.
the literal neck beard is. Ugh.
Yeah, no, that's not
That's not
what
a
I
thing.
mean by beard. I mean, when I mean beard, I mean the full face hair.
And like
It's just
you got the mutton chop still. Yeah, we got that. That's pretty good with the mustache. Like that's fine. I don't know if I'm okay with just the mutton chops and nothing else.
just makes you a Victorian colonizer.
Yeah, I think you can
Like
bridge.
Dr. Livingston.
I think you can bridge mutton chops with a mustache, but not because then this just becomes the beard without the mustache.
Without the chin.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know.
But
I
yeah,
feel so very
me-
attacked. Now I'm being directly attacked. Wait, do you have just the beard? Do you not have the mustache?
Do you just have a mustache? Do you have mutton chops?
Are we guessing facial hair? Full face fur. Oh, well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. We're saying the full beard is great.
But no one, I rarely see one who talks about beards and everything not had the full beard, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think it's natural to like, because basically without like the sides, you're just having a really long goatee.
I know a lot of guys that have the full beard and shave their heads, right? Like, so
Yeah.
that seems to be like that's fine.
That's an I'm balding and I'm just not gonna fucking deal with it move.
Right.
Yep.
I have kind of the opposite problem where my sideburns just grow. Like they grow faster than my head hair. So I have to keep shaving them back, or I just get to big mutton chops. But
I'm like you're a dwarf.
a little bit.
Like all of my uncles, like if I say mountain men, that's what they look like. Whatever you just imagine in your head, that's what they look like. Like they've got the leather hats. Like you can't really see their eyes.
They go look for cryptids on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. They're just out there barbecuing
In the middle of the forest for no reason.
saying hi to Bigfoot. Their mustaches do this. And then sometimes they have a beard and sometimes they don't. But like this is a pretty good representation of most of my elder male family members.
You're just drawing a Lorax.
Yeah, 100%.
Short, hairy men.
Yep.
I cannot shave my chin. Like, I mean, I do. I shave all the time. I don't like having a beard. But, like, my hair is just so coarse that I shave and I have 5 o'clock still. Like, it's just like done. So I'm a little out of luck. But I refuse to have a beard. Not a fan of the beard. Okay, I think we're done with this guy.
Weird. But yeah, no. Only people I know who just have like the beard and like no mustache are literally just Amish people. They do it for not fashion reasons.
Yeah. Aesthetically, I'm not a fan.
Neither are they.
They're not a fan of aesthetics, or they're not a fan of their own beards.
Oh, they're probably definitely not fans of their own beards. Basically, it's due to vanity. So they used to have just full-on beards, but like men would used to be like start twirling them and trying to like grow really big mustaches. And so the communal elders basically said, no more. Off with the mustaches.
Magnum PI, he's too sexy. He makes me have impure thoughts. To be honest, the only facial hair I've ever have would be mutton chops, mustaches, and beard. Completely doomsday prepper or whatever. Full Arthur Morgan. I don't know who Arthur Morgan is. If the name is at all accurate, mustache must ache a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
The mustaches. Mustaches.
I'd tried doing a mustache for a while. I'm just like, nope.
As soon as it gets to like the big problem with like trying to grow a beard is like there's stages of just uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
And like as soon as my mustache gets to the point where it can poke my bottom lip, it's just like I hate it, and it's gone. I hate it, and it's gotta go. It's like no, you gotta get through that. You gotta go like 2 weeks to get through that.
Or you just take a pair of scissors and just clip it back.
Yeah, but then
Or
you just have
pomade
a short mustache your whole life, and I'm not okay with that.
Rather have a short mustache than mustache that goes all the way down past my lips.
I do keep a. I don't shave. My facial hair is kind of naturally pretty a good shape, but I do have to trim it at least every 2 weeks, usually every once a week, because I prefer kind of a short, not quite stubble. Like I'm not going for 5 o'clock shadow look, but I like a very short close crop beard.
I basically keep a short beard, not like yours, but like it grows out, and I kind of just keep it like that.
Solutions to the long mustache: get mustache wax, curl it up. That's true. I know of a lot of friends that do that.
Oh, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead. Yeah,
I think once your mustache gets long enough, I'm pretty sure you have to put pomade in it, just so you're not constantly smelling your last meal rotting on your upper lip.
Or you could wash your beard.
Yeah. You're supposed to wash your beard.
You have a foot-long beard? That's impressive. That is impressive.
Maybe my nose is just really sensitive, but I've let on the occasions where I've gotten lazy and let my beard grow out and my mustache gets long enough. There's a lot of foods that are like oily enough that like I mean unless I'm going to take a shower after every single
I had a
meal, or like go and fully wash my face after every single meal, it's like
We probably should.
I had a friend who wouldn't go out to eat with me because he's like, no, it's just like it's gross. Like my beard is gross. I'm like, so instead of eating food with people, you just have resigned yourself to never eating food with people. Yep. It's like, all right.
I mean, that feels like it's more like there's more issues there than just the beard.
Maybe.
probably.
'Cause no one's going up and smelling your beard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's. You don't care about other people. Like, it's your olfactory senses.
Perfume your beard then. Bathe it in incense.
Ugh.
Soap, conditioner, yeah.
Yep.
Nothing to open a can of Sardi's and enjoy an oily beard meal 3 times a day. I'm just getting more and more information of why never to have a beard. So, good.
Yeah, I've never had to deal with those issues though. So
Okay. Brawny Plague Knight. I still don't exactly know what to make of this.
There's got to be something you can pull from Dark Souls, or
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like even on D&D Beyond, people are trying to build the Plague Knight from Hollow Knight. So it's like a alchemist bomber, I guess. But then at that point, if they're talking about the face so much, it's like, isn't that kind of the whole jam? Is the mask? It's not normal to get circles and smell each other's beards. No, it's not, Bert.
No.
It's normally you're good.
Maybe in the Mormon church or something. I don't know.
Nope. Are you kidding me? It's like, it's very much frowned upon to have any facial hair in Mormon church.
I really, this is, no, I don't need to talk about this.
I mean, you could talk about it.
No.
Your stream.
No, I don't need to trash on the Mormon church anymore than I already have.
It's my culture. I don't mind.
That's why they avoided me.
Because you wear a beard?
Yeah. I'm a shaggy human being.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably a few years just away looking like Sasquatch.
The missionaries will try to convert anybody who will listen.
Yeah, they're thirsty. They're thirsty. Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Me
It may
too.
also been the fact that I was a religion major and I knew their ways.
That's probably more of it.
I mean, I scared off Jehovah's Witnesses once.
Good.
I at one point in time told somebody, no thanks, I'm not interested in joining a cult. And that turned into like an hour-long conversation, so I will never do that again.
Oh, yeah, that's why you never start with
Just
that
don't
line.
engage. Don't engage, walk away.
I've also hid from Jehovah's Witnesses.
I've stared at them through a window of just like, no, I'm not answering the door. And they would just, they're just like, come, what's up? It's like, I'm not, go away. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh man, Corvus, I have not thought about sassy gay friend in so long. That is an old internet poll.
You're welcome.
If cough dropped to King Leader last week, does that mean I had sex with him? No, and I never would. Because 1, he's crazy. 2, he wears pleated pants. Why are you still in the bed?
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was a YouTube channel for a while back in like 2010.
Yeah,
And
possibly.
like, yeah, so this guy basically made a bunch of like comedy videos about how women in classical literary tragedies could have lived so much longer if they had a sassy gay friend to advise them.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, the sassy gay friend saves Ophelia from pining over Hamlet, who's just been a lot lately.
Gotcha. I'm still
And
hiding as a Mormon. I grew out of just a mustache and got a lot of compliments on it. Nice.
There's a lot. This is what I was going to get into, and I don't really want to get into it, but I feel like I have to just say it just to get it out of my head.
yeah, might as well at this point.
I feel like a lot of the rules and structures for the Mormon Church are built up by their own inadequacies.
Yes.
Cough, cough, cult. But, like, yeah. And so I know a lot of people that could grow really good beards, and I remember them having contentions with it because there's a lot of people that just can't. Like, I have a lot of Mormon friends that couldn't grow beards. And so it's just a thing. It's just a thing.
I believe that the version 2 facial hair for Mormons actually specifically comes from BYU culture.
Yeah.
There are quote unquote student adopted rules for dress and grooming that were kind of specifically developed as an anti-hippie sort of thing in the 70s. Before that, a lot of Mormon men wore beards, but then, like, because the hippies was kind of an unwashed, like the hippie movement had a lot of unwashed, unprofessional sort of aesthetic thing happening in the
Bohemian.
60s.
They were smelly.
Yeah, the BYU very much was trying to be taken seriously by the rest of the academic world. And so there was like this proposition, be like, what if we adopted a very specific dress code?
What if we hated on the gays a little more?
Yeah.
That'll make people like us.
I mean, it kind of did for a while there.
I got no love for religions.
This does remind me, I do have a question for you later, Druid,
Okay.
if I can remember it.
I have seen the founders of BYU statue, and they have a dress like Brigham Day. This one's just a larger cult, though. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If we're talking like dictionary definitions, generally speaking, the difference between a religion and a cult is just size.
Size, yeah.
And especially if we're talking historically, because like if we're talking about like the Corvus, we were talking about the what was Pythagoras' cult named?
Oh, it was just like the Pythagoreans.
Yeah. Basically, all of those old cults were just small groups of people who believed stuff.
Yep.
So nowadays, popular culture has it carry a negative connotation, and a lot of that is actually because of popular media.
I mean, I don't know if it
Corn.
had... Sure. Okay. I could see that argument. But I was going to say...
I think that plays into it, but like, yeah, no.
I was going to say, I think popular culture was also instructed by all of the weird suicide death cults that happened in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's not
Like, they are, by definition, cults. It's just,
Yeah.
we now view the term cult, as purely the 70s things.
Mm-hmm.
But not all cults were suicidal.
Usually, it carries a connotation of a scam.
Yeah.
Of people grabbing power.
Right. And so...
Grifters.
Grifters, yeah. That's really the problem, is like there's religion, there's cultural groups, and then there are people that are just fleecing people's money and being shitty. So I leave my words where I leave my words. And that's totally... I'm just going to leave it at that. Don't like religion. Don't like religion. I think many of them are actually cults.
I'm going to mostly agree with you and say I don't like organized religions because I feel like, I feel like if you can keep a small, like, unorganized religion thing, then that serves potentially a cultural service to the people who choose to believe in it collectively. But as soon as it becomes organized and somebody's like in charge of it, then it is it's basically setting itself up to become a scam, to begin disenfranchising people in order to build power.
Change the subject.
Okay. Yep, I was gonna say, can we move swiftly on from here?
I was trying.
Yeah, we're getting political. I'm getting political. Yes, let's move on.
Elves.
I'm done with this character, I think. So I'm ready to roll again.
Okay. I'm struggling with this stupid permanent grin thing because I just don't get it.
I don't get what the hell I'm supposed to be drawing.
Just give him a cut smile.
Yeah, kind of that's where I'm getting to.
I rolled a 5.
Male clan Schmitch vampire. It's the weird four-armed vampire from Vampire the Masquerade.
Zemitzi.
Sure. TZMICHE.
Yep, Zemitzi.
Okay. The doctor with the draconic horns and forearms. Kind smile, creepy face. Four-armed vampire monster.
Yep.
Occultism does require obscuring rituals. That's how the public is.
I'm gonna need you to go over that prompt for me one more time because that was a lot.
Okay, so it's the four-armed vampire people.
Yep.
Draconic horns is a doctor with a kind and creepy smile. Kind smile, creepy face. I don't know what that means. Occult seems to have a bit more of a sacrifice, though, I guess. No, this... I don't want to get into this again.
Yeah.
Let's
actually
we're gonna
just drop it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yep.
drop that because that's once again talking.
Chat's behind. Yeah, chat's behind. We're just going to assume that you're all gonna leave this conversation topic with us. How do you spell that vampire?
TCZ.
Hold on, let me look. TZMICHE. Michi? Yeah. Is Dampier pronounced Dampier or Dampire? It's actually an H. I think. Dampier? I think, yeah. Dampier.
Yeah. It's, I think it's Serbian. Maybe Croatian. There you go, Jared.
Thank you.
Okay, get that in there. I'm just gonna do this. He said big brawny, and I don't know if I want to draw a big beefy boy that's also a plague knight. Like, I don't understand. I think I'm just supposed to draw like. I think they're trying to get Shovel Knight fanficky on me here. And I don't know if I want to be tricked into that. I want sexy He-Man version of this character, please. No. No, I refuse.
You draw my thirst trap?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how a person in thick, heavy armor is a thirst trap, but okay.
Did it have thick armor on it? On the thing?
Well, I assume if it's a knight, it's automatically wearing armor.
Okay, well, so the Plague Knight character is basically just wearing a cowl,
Oh.
which is why I was trying to like figure that out.
So we could give him plate mail. I think that's fine. I think that's a good idea. That fixes my issue a little bit. But how do I show somebody being really brawny in plate mail? Like, this is one of those weird examples where like the descriptor cancels itself out.
Yeah.
So they're wearing a mask. Let me describe the face for you. And they're wearing thick armor, but let me describe the body for you. It's like, oh, shit. What do I do?
Well, the thick armor was from May, so.
Right. But like that's the issue I was getting.
Which is why I didn't do the armor, because I was like, oh, okay, if they're describing the body, I probably have to draw the body. If they're describing the face, I shouldn't draw the mask, but it's kind of quintessential to the character. So it's like, oh, my brain.
My brain is breaking.
Just put them in like Warhammer, not Warhammer, but Warcraft armor.
That's kind of what I was.
Super.
Yeah. Because like you can do a plague Death Knight, like that would make sense. I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, helmet.
So I don't know.
I don't know. We'll get it done. We'll get it done.
We're just noodling here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you two are. I am just giving commentary.
Yep. The lore librarian. I don't get that term. It's a Drawfee quote.
Have an oxymoron.
Yeah, it's a drop.
It's a Drawfee non sequiturs. They don't really have any place anywhere.
It's
Because are you a librarian that likes lore, or do you only know lore about libraries? Like,
I think he's the librarian who keeps the lore,
okay.
keeps the Drawfee lore.
Because some librarians may not know what all their books are, they just know where to find them.
Yep.
But also, this is where my mind goes to whenever I hear Plague Knight.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yep.
What is
Like-
that? What am I looking at?
So that is a
Lore Barbarian?
Chaos Marine
Okay.
from Warhammer 40k, and it's a Chaos Marine of Nurgle, the Plague Lord.
Mm.
So I will delete it because it is pretty graphic. So
Yeah, that's all right.
It's just bugs. It's just bugs as body parts. No one. That's not bad.
Nurgle has a big following in the fandom because he's kind of just he's so grotesque. He's kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah.
He's kind of like this giant Jabba the Hutt like being with horns.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just making a weird football player right now. I think this one defeated me. I think this.
Wow.
Okay, I honestly
Something
have-
as simple as it was not that complicated of a suggestion. It's just way they said it.
Yep.
It happens.
Here's what we're gonna do.
They wanted a permanent smile, so we're only going to draw the face. Oops, I put that on the layer with the other thing. So we're going to do this. We're going to go like that. We're going to make a new layer. We're going to paste it. I'm going to zoom in more. We're going to go with the weird Warhammer.
Would you like me to reshare that then?
No, I think I got enough of it.
Okay.
I'm not going too much. We're going to go with this.
And then we're just gonna go. We're gonna go all teeth. We're just gonna go full send on the teeth. And maybe this is what they wanted.
You can only hope.
Yep. I don't have any lips. That's an
Sounds
inside
like a
joke.
personal problem.
Yeah. It's a diabolical tutor joke. Should we give him some stitches? We'll give him some stitches too.
Snitches get stitches.
You said what?
Snitches get stitches.
Okay. I wasn't sure what the first word you said was. I was just like, what? Got a little lost.
It would be a horrible clarinet player. Oh yeah, I bet. Kind of need those lips.
Yeah, woodwinds are pretty hard if you don't. Are pretty difficult to play if you don't have lips and a hard palate.
Somehow the skeletal necromancers do it. Skeletal bards. I've drawn enough of those in my day. There's actually a new Pathfinder. Oh shoot, what's it called?
Undead bard thing.
Let me see if I can find the image. Go ahead and look up the Fiddling Bones.
Oh, I think I know that.
The Fiddling Bones is a good one.
I think the weirdest one I came across was phalange phalanx.
It's just fingers, like a wall of fingers.
I don't know. I just saw. I was like, that could go so many different ways. Also, the angry duding skeletons I just blame on Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That was a meme before memes were memes, and then it became a meme.
Yep. Speaking of Bruce Campbell, did you know he had a Western TV show?
Yeah.
I had no idea. It's like, the hell is this?
That was great. Can't remember what it was called. But I remember watching it.
Because it's like, my mom basically has like the free TV thing.
It's like, yeah.
Roku or
No, it's just like where you have an antenna.
oh yeah.
So literally just the local channels.
I was gonna say just broadcast television. I think it's just called,
And
yeah.
one of the channels shows a bunch of westerns, and it's on, and it's just like, the hell? Because it's like this weird comedy thing, but like, I think it had aliens in it one day.
The
It's
Adventures
like,
of Briscoe County Jr.
I did not know that they still did broadcast television.
Yeah.
It was on the air from 1993 to 1994.
It's me.
He was also there was also a show called Jack of All Trades. That's what was the other one I was thinking of. It came out in 2000, where he was essentially Zorro.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's super good.
I remember seeing another movie he did. I can't remember what it's called, but he was like fighting this like undead Chinese warrior. As he's like, the hell? And he was like playing himself. He was playing Bruce Campbell, the actor.
Was he in? Did he play Elvis once?
Oh, he had to have played Elvis at one point.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. 100%
Yeah, Bubba
know who you guys
Hotep.
are talking about. So
Bubba Hotep. He was I think he was a mummy fighting Elvis impersonator. Something like that.
Are you saying you don't know who Bruce Campbell is, Druid?
well, not by name, but I'm bad with names.
Okay, so
he's Ashley from all the Dead movies.
yeah, Evil Dead.
Evil
stuff.
Dead movies, yeah.
Oh, that doesn't help me. I haven't watched any of those.
The guy with the chainsaw arm.
Give me some sugar, baby.
No, I'm gonna have to look him up.
All
Yep.
right, super weird. He's a cult classic phenomenon, and I love
yeah.
him. And he's great. Severed Legion, creature zombie fear. It's a bunch of hands. That's pretty great. Bunch of severed hands.
Oh, okay. I do know this guy.
Okay, good. I was like gonna be really concerned. It's like, this is my boomstick.
I have not seen most of the stuff that he has been in,
Oh wow.
but I have seen him. I haven't watched a lot of cult classics, especially like gory or horror.
I think the thing you're talking about, Corvus, is called My Name is Bruce. And he does.
Uh,
He plays himself, and people think that he is actually Ash. That's the premise of the show. So they try to convince him to fight monsters, and he's like, "No, I'm just a dude."
Yep.
That's how, like I said, like cult following for those movies is great, and he is, yeah, awesome stuff.
Apparently, he was also in Hercules and Xena. a couple
Yeah,
times.
the Jack of all trades, I think, was in the same universe as those. No, he might have had a different character for those. I'd have to double check that. Those all
He
came out
was
around
like-
the same time.
Autolycus, the King of Thieves. That's who he played.
Yeah, yep, that's right. He's in every Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie as a cameo. Yep. Sam Raimi and him are friends.
I mean, of course they're friends. They did the Evil Dead series.
Yeah. Like they did that together because they were friends. I think. Like they.
Oh, okay.
That's why they were like, they met, talked, and they're like, we should make a horror movie. That would be great. And so they made the Evil Dead series. They just grabbed a camera and like a couple people and went out to a cabin in the woods and made it. And then that's
yeah,
why
like-
they remade it later, because there are people actually like, hey, this actually worked out. And they're like, yeah, let's redo it. Let's redo it with a budget. So,
Yeah. Because, like, I don't think there's any difference between, like... I mean, I guess there is. Because they did a short film,
Mhm.
and then I think that got made into Evil Dead. And then they decided to do Evil Dead 2,
yeah.
which is more of a comedy.
Yeah, the campiness of it, like, people really leaned into the campiness of it, which is just kind of Bruce Campbell in general.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, they did remake it, like, yeah, let's remake it the way that we think we should to make it better. And then you get Army of Darkness. And so if you ever want to watch, like, those, just start with Evil Dead 2. Just
Oh, yeah.
go from there. But they're all worth watching. They're really weird.
Swallow your soul.
Mm-hmm.
They're very Tales from the Crypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The TV show is pretty good, too. They just had a Fear the Living Dead? Is that what it's called?
No,
No,
that's Walking Dead. Jason.
Yeah.
It's like Ash versus Evil Dead.
Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's what it was, yeah. That was really good. Okay, I'm going to roll some dice again. Here we go. Are people still around after we tiraded for a bit?
We'll know the true fans
Oh, yeah.
for those who stick around.
Whole bunch of people around. Whole bunch of people like us talking about boomsticks. 7. All right.
Boomstick.
My name is Ash, and this
Okay.
is my boomstick.
The
I would-
armor on your Plague Knight,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is what you were going for, but do you remember the aliens in the beginning of The Fifth Element?
Yep. Life not important, only survival important.
Yep.
They're some of my favorite little dudes.
Just like the whole like shoulder pad, almost carapace-like armor. It's just like, damn.
Tiny little heads. Tiny little bird heads.
Yep.
Whap, 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 whap.
Supreme being.
What did I roll? 7?
Oh, sorry.
Wearing. Okay, so this is the Aurelius Lionheart, former librarian. Asimar, Divine Soul Sorcerer. Okay. It's pendants with lightweight scales on it. With weight scales? Oh, weight scales. Okay. Priest of the robes, go ahead, Lord. Got it. Got it. Apparently just hot people under all the armor. Oh, maybe. That would make sense. I didn't think about that. That was never really clarified, was it?
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, no. We just know that Lilu was a supreme being, was of their species, and then they remade her human, and she was perfect.
I always assumed
guess.
it was kind of the hubris of man saying that the perfect being was a human.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I read into it as well.
It's like the only thing that was led to was like a gauntleted hand.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Well, because she was in like a coffin, right? She was in this weird coffin thing that they were transporting around. That did just look like a person, like in kryptonite. She wasn't, in the giant weird blurp suit.
Yeah.
I thought she was the pilot. I guess I'm remembering wrong.
No, they go to Earth. Do they go to Earth and get... I thought they got her sarcophagus. I'll have to rewatch that movie.
It starts up like in 1800s, and like it's a archaeological dig in Egypt because it's always in Egypt.
It's because that's where we find the mummies.
Aziz, light.
Light.
Yep.
Thank you, Aziz.
And the guy's like, "Are you German?" Nope.
We'll be back.
Oh, 500 years in the future, we have Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Sir Anthony Holm.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't think his name is Anthony.
Oh yeah, the guy who played the priest
Yeah, the monk.
did play old Bilbo Baggins. Yeah.
Did I just rock your world, Rook?
I was just trying to figure out what the hell you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
Because I know I rocked your world when I told you like Martin Sheen, Aziraphale was in the Underworld movies.
Yeah,
And like the problem I had with that was, once again, he doesn't look like him in those movies because everybody
looks this weird. And then for Aziraphale, they made him look older. And so it's just like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2 feet of hair and like a musky beard will make anybody not look the same.
Yeah.
So
Like he generally does keep like a beard or goatee in like real life, but he's just like clean shaven and white hair. It's just like, who's this marshmallow boy?
Yeah, no, he, like, as a Aziraphale, he looks super soft comparatively.
I thought she was on one of them that got killed and the coffin thing was holding the stones. Maybe that could be the case. But I feel like they show a picture of it. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I thought they took the stones out separately. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not sure why they took the stones. Well, maybe just because archaeologists were there raping all the tombs. As they do. Thanks,
Yep.
British Royal Museum.
Yeah, no, she was in a metal man-shaped coffin.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, Rook. So
But they could have been body armor.
you mentioned the fiddling bones earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed this, but it's holding the bone in between its radius and ulna, and its hand has a mallet playing his ribcage like a xylophone.
Really?
Yep.
So he's fiddling and xylophoning himself.
Yep.
Weird.
Phrasing.
The Mondo Shawans without armor. Okay, we got some concept art.
Are they just the armor?
They look pretty cool.
The concept art for the Fifth Element was it's all really actually very good.
So the orcs were supposed to be frogs, and then the mana shamans were supposed to be worms.
Really?
Yeah.
The 90s. Or late 80s. When did it come out?
90s. I'm pretty sure. I want to say
Oh, yeah.
1998. Probably off.
97.
97. Oh, I was close.
Oh, weird. So, it's a English language French science fiction action movie.
What is?
Fifth Element.
French?
Yes. It was made by a French director.
Okay.
That makes sense to me, actually. I've seen enough art house related stuff to kind of get a sense of I don't want to say the French aesthetic, but there's definitely a cultural flavor.
I will show this off because I think it's funny. This is what they went with. So who knows? I don't know anymore. It's all weird. Humanoid. Who knew?
Interesting. I kind of like the one on the left.
The stones were in the orchestra lady.
Yes.
Eventually, but
Well, right, but the people that went to Earth to
Get her? Because she wasn't safe anymore? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like
She was in just like
they
a
went to Earth
stasis
to get
pod.
Lilu
Yeah.
and basically said Earth is not safe anymore.
Mhm.
We'll be back, and they decided to take the stones with them, presumably for also safety keeping. And somewhere in between that time, they end up in the stomach of a blue lady.
yeah. But she was in the weird like screaming person statue in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Lilu or the Blue Lady?
Lilu was.
Yeah.
Because then when you see her hand, it's the thing that's like, ooh.
This is from A Cabin in the Woods. I don't know what to give. I like Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods is good. Okay.
We're just painting in white.
Druid is painting in white.
Swiss cheese on a bagel. I bet high dollar the storyboards is a bunch of nudity since French storyboardings usually do. Maybe.
I mean, Lilu was nude for a good chunk of the first scene she was in.
Yep. Love that scene.
thermal bandages. I was like, those ain't warming anyone up.
Yeah.
Put her in a robe at least.
This is all a ruse.
It was unfortunately gratuitous, but part of my brain was also like, of course she doesn't come out of the
The regenerator.
regeneration
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
clothes on. And then nudist me is just like, yep, that's excellent. Perfect.
I just like that the cat watched.
TV. It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Cat was also cross-eyed.
Yep. That's an allegory for the viewers. we watched The Mist last night, and I didn't realize that Henry Weinstein was the producer of that, and I was just like, ooh, that didn't age well.
Did you say Henry? Do you mean Harvey?
I did. Sorry.
Sorry if your name is Henry Weinstein
Yeah.
out in the universe.
Yeah. I was about to say nobody cares if you get his name wrong now. He doesn't deserve any respect. And then you said that, and I was like, oh right, sorry. Other people have names too.
Yep. Like this one TikToker I follow, but only on Instagram, Youth Pastor Ryan, whose last name is Kelly. Or Kelly. I was like, oh, you poor child.
Apparently, it was.
Hold on.
Different terrible person.
So this is a weird thing. So the movie was made by Harvey and Bob Weinstein, and Bob Weinstein got accused of sexual misconduct on the scene of The Mist. So,
Oh.
but yeah, like the whole thing, whole shenanigans, and then Stephen King like fought to get the rights back because he hated them. So, who knew? Pay
Did
attention,
he
people.
win that?
I don't know.
Or
I don't know.
I also know that King also didn't like how the director of The Shining handled The Shining.
Yeah. Kubrick is
A relentless
Nate.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I think was the best way to put it.
Because, like, the woman, I can't remember who she played.
Yeah, she stopped acting after that.
Yeah. Because, like, Kubrick just was merciless with her. Like, maybe not do that to your actors.
Wondered why I haven't seen her in anything else. Was phenomenal actress.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of, she just he overtaxed her, and she decided to give up.
Yeah.
acting
Like, I
after
think
that.
she, like, got really sick
Mm-hmm.
and was, like, still made to act during the movie.
made a lot of stuff.
Yeah. As sad as that is, he is a director that nobody can really match.
Turns out if you really stress the hell out of your actors, they do good jobs, and then resent you for it.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily do good jobs, but if you're a stickler for quality and know exactly what you want.
Yeah, Kubrick was very, like, he was a perfectionist, was the problem, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just, a lot of people wouldn't work with him because of it.
Yeah. I feel like that can be said with a lot of like big directors that people want to direct their movies.
Yeah, I mean, look at, like, Christian Bale, right? Like, at a certain point, you can say,
Like, hey, you're really good at being an actor, director, whatever you're doing. But, like,
it's I think some of that can go to people's heads, and they just, like, they over...
I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It doesn't matter. Like, as much as someone can be really, really good at something, and people can and still be shitty about it. Like, thank you, Owen, here for the bus check.
Yeah.
Like,
the art that people come up with does not make them a good person, and or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like, I've worked with some amazing people, and they are just shitty bosses and horrible to work with. So,
Yeah.
this guy's retired, right? Is that what we were saying? Can't remember anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I'm a little bit too wrapped up in my own thing and my own character.
Sure. But Bruce Campbell's amazing. Getting back to that.
Hollywood is a rough place. You're saying you need to check themselves before they wreck themselves? A little bit.
Yeah. Except that we're not in
Early
the 90s.
Duvall. What's her name?
God, was that even in the 90s?
What?
Check
yourself before you wreck yourself?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that was a 90s thing.
Is that Public Enemy? I don't remember. That's Ice Cube.
9-3.
93. Okay.
It is Otis Siam.
We get it. I'm old.
The other day I felt like I was seeing this person here, which is very weird.
I mean, you are.
I don't know. I feel like Brian may be younger than me.
I don't think so, but maybe that's just me.
Oh, I think it was like when we were talking, it was like Burning was in the chat, and it's just like, is Burning older than me? I think Burning might be older than me, and I was really kind of shocked about that. Because I always assumed like Burning was like my age, or maybe like a year, or a couple months older than me.
Phrases are often borrowed, I guess, from third to fifth use. Buried? Ice Cube back in 93 when he said fuck the police, yeah. Now he's portraying the police. Hollywood's a weird place, man.
Corvus thinks he's older than you are, Bri.
You obviously don't have to answer that.
If you don't remember being in the 80s, please
Exit stage left.
I'm gonna leave.
Who's this Reagan fellow? Actually, when was Reagan up to 92?
I think so.
I think
I
so.
think so.
Because it was, or was Bush before?
Bush was after.
Was it Reagan, Bush, Clinton? Is that right?
Clinton,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Bush
Yeah.
again.
And
Yeah.
then Bush again. Well, different Bush, but yeah. Just to clarify.
I remember the transition from Reagan to Bush.
Gorbachev.
But I was young enough and my family was apolitical enough that it did not affect me.
81 to 89. Okay. Wait, how did that work? Oh, and then 90 was Bush? Where the hell was Jimmy Carter? That's before Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember the
For
Berlin
only
Wall
one
coming
term.
down.
Yeah, why is it odd?
Oh. Because the new president would have come in 90.
Yeah. You're right.
But then you think it would have been, yeah, well, that is weird, because it should be like technically 1982? It should be 1982 to beginning to end of 82 to 90. Right at 90 be switching. So, it makes sense.
I was also kind of thinking of the assassination.
Ah.
Like, may have, like, messed with the order.
I forgot about, yeah. That was before. That was 69? I don't remember when that happened. History, not my thing.
63.
Okay. Switch late January. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
And
vote, people.
then-
Remember to vote. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. It looks like it was due to Kenny that threw off the order a bit. I mean, it wasn't his actual fault, but
Yeah.
his death messed with the even ordering.
That
Damn
doesn't make sense, because
politicians
like then the vice
murdered.
president should have taken over until the next election, and the election should have been at the
Yeah, but
exact
that
same time.
But that counts as a different president.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Well, yeah, but no, like that person doesn't get 4 years from the date that they take office. They just finish out the term.
Yes, but they are still considered like, so Johnson is considered the 36th president
Mhm.
because he took over as president afterwards. So yes, he did finish at the
So he was
4-year
so he
term.
was president for 6 years instead of 4 years. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, I understand.
because he was president from 63 to 69.
Okay.
How am I going to make this vampire a doctor?
Stethoscope.
A deathoscope? What does that look like?
Stethoscope.
Oh, I thought you said deathoscope.
Blood bag.
I also heard deathoscope, but auto translated it to stethoscope. So
Thank you.
Come on, like if there was a pun to be made, I think that was a Corvus pun.
I agree.
No, I'm not that low. Yeah, I am there.
I am.
Do not quote the words to me. I was there when they were made.
Let's see. Means that I have to put this person in clothes. And that means that I have to design clothes that fit 4 arms.
I mean, you could have a naked doctor, but that might be the wrong kind of show.
Well, they're also a vampire, and have given them blood in the corner of their mouth. So,
Dr. Feelgood's gross. I have walls. Drywall sucks, by the way. Yes, drywall does suck. I would not deal with. I think I could do the plaster like brick and mortar, not brick and mortar, but like
the lath and plaster.
yeah. But I think I do like drywall for its fuck you and then put it back up. I've ripped down many walls in my house. They're often flesh crafters. Oh, the meat often flesh crafters. You can go somewhere like a suture kit. Suture kit would be good. They just have all their tools stuck in their body. Like, I brought them with me.
It must be rather low levels to meet you then.
All of the art that I'm seeing of them does feel very what's the guy who did Alien? Giger.
Giger-esque.
Yeah, it feels
Oh, yeah.
feels kind of Giger-esque, plus maybe a little bit of man, my brain's dying.
Hellraiser?
No, I'm thinking the video game In the Mist with Pyramid Head.
Oh, Silent Hill.
Oh, Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, yeah.
I can see that.
I can tell.
I hate it. I like plaster so much more.
It's one
Plaster
of those.
feels more satisfying to me, but it's a pain in the butt to put back up.
Yeah.
Like it's a chore.
I've got to go rip out my bathroom wall again and re-caulk it again. I hate it. I want to tear that whole bathroom out. If you want to support the bathroom fund, my Instagram is inundated with, oh, if you live in Washington, you can get free bathroom remodels. It just costs $30,000. It's like, that's not free. It's not free if you have to pay up front. Stop it. Washington residents can get free blah 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 blah. Here's $1,000 off coupon. Why is it free if I have to have $1,000 off coupon? It's just free.
I'm getting a lot of similar advertisements, but for solar in Utah.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, the government will pay for your solar panels if you live in these areas, and you pay for it up front. It's like, excuse me? You pay for the install, and the government slowly pays you back over 30 years. Like, that's...
It's called subsidies.
Yeah, that's not free. That's a subsidy.
Not like you're getting reimbursed. Maybe one day in the future, that'll be a thing.
All right, I think I'm done with this guy. I'm going to try to do at least one more. We only have 6 left. Like, we've gone pretty well this week. Never thought I'd think of this. Hit me. They have a circus in lore? That's creepy. But that makes sense. Thank you so much for the Tiefling Alchemist. Well, that's not a suggestion. Woolly Luxodon Paladin.
I dig it.
Yep. I need some woolly mammoth pictures.
Did they revive a woolly mammoth? Did that actually happen? I've been waiting for that for 20
No.
years.
They're,
Not yet.
they haven't, like, they keep saying they can and that they're going to, and then it gets held up in the bureaucracy because in order for basically the ethics oversight committees to allow such a thing to happen, they have to justify they have to justify it. They have to figure out how it's actually going to be helpful, and make sure that the mammoth is going to be able to function within our current climate crisis.
Damn government making.
The government doesn't care at all. Like, the government does not give a shit. This is the science ethics committees.
Send it to Greenland.
I don't think Greenland produces enough grass for it.
This is kind of political, but I mean it's very political, but it's
Theoretical political, so I'm okay talking
Yeah.
about this. We were talking about, like, I hate that Supreme Court justices are basically put forth by the president, right?
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
I hate that.
Same.
That's gross. That has a whole bunch of problems with it, because the idea of a Supreme Court justice is essentially supposed to be like the idyllic, impartial person, right?
Yep.
And so it's like that's essentially like the old school sheriff in a town. Like, who's the one person that everybody in the town trusts to do the right thing, regardless of what affiliate or what it believes in. Yeah, thank you, Bri, for the membership. I agree. I agree. I agree with that statement. I appreciate is the word I was looking for. I appreciate that. Oliver, enjoy those sweet, sweet emotes for a little while. If you'd like another goblin, Bri, let me know. You can get one with a membership. What was I saying?
Supreme
Right.
Court justices.
Supreme Court justices should feel like the old town sheriff. And it's like, how do you decide who gets to be sheriff? And it's just kind of like the people agree on it. And there's no way to do that nowadays because it's too big. Like it's too large. You can't just have everybody. You could, I guess, try to have every single person vote for a Supreme Court justice, but who knows what it would actually do.
I'm actually shocked it has worked as well as it has for as long as it has.
And part of that is like it hasn't, and like it has and it hasn't, and everything, the political system just being kind of corrupt as it is, sucks.
Yeah.
And there's no direct way to fix that. Without, I think it might be kind of interesting, and I don't know if this is like an economic question I have to pose to everybody, which maybe people don't care about, but like, is there a way where people could decide to just vote out stuff? Like that's the thing that I think is the weird part of it. Like, I think the problem with the Supreme Courts is that people can't say like, we're no longer happy with you being sheriff, we want a new sheriff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that's where kind of like the corruption comes in, because, and that's why if you go back to the old like Western thing, if the governor decides who the sheriff is and people don't like him, that's when you have this like horrible bad sheriff, and it's just kind of a weird scenario. And I don't think there is a means for that, and that's kind of a bummer. Justice campaigning sounds dangerous. Yeah, that's the other side of it. Like the villains in old like when the sheriffs are voted in, it can be like rightfully abused, right? And that's kind of the bummer part. So I don't know how you would do it. I don't have a solution. Technically, there is a way to remove justices. They can be impeached by Congress. Yeah, but that's a step removed from the people again, and I have the same problem with Congress. So yeah, so that was for the bathroom fun, like a plumbing goblin. Okay, we can do a plumbing goblin. Oh, I'll pause this.
I will say, no, never mind. Go ahead, Corvus.
Eat the rich.
I was going to say, you could take. I guess there could be if it could ever get through, there could be a possibility where, as a form of checks and balances, for the people to be able to remove them, like, in like, I don't know, in a special election.
Mhm.
We don't have enough special elections here in the United States.
That is true. I think maybe that is part of it, because like a lot of the stuff that we see It's like, oh, we decide through our electorates. It's like it's a kind of dangerous system, I feel.
That is the republic part of our democratic republic, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I guess maybe I want more of a democratic solution. I just gave this guy like a giant boner. It's not what I wanted. Put his hands all the way down here and then give him a wrench.
Don't make it dirty. It's just a wrench. Sometimes a wrench is just a wrench.
Sometimes a wrench is just a wrench. Go vote, people. That's all I'm saying. Go vote.
Yep.
It's our only system right now.
Copy your representatives and senators and just scream at them.
Yeah.
Change the system, please.
Considering we have like just barely have some of our elections implementing first past the post systems, which is the ranked voting.
Yeah.
Where you actually get to say, I would prefer this one, but my second choice also counts. Like, considering we're, like, only a few states have that, and it's basically brand new, it's,
Can you imagine
Have
what
it.
the world would be like right now if Al Gore had been allowed to win?
no.
I can't either, but like, oh, that's interesting. Do you have ever played
I
Dead
just-
Cells? Yeah. I played the shit out of Dead Cells when it was in alpha, like alpha and beta. And then when the game actually came out, I didn't play it. I did make a really good recipe for kebabs based on that game. You can go check that out on Tandem Gamers. Yeah.
I think my only issue with Al Gore, it's not even really an issue. It's just
He's a
I
nutball.
only know I only know him from the memes and
Yeah.
comedy sketches, and so it's just like I don't know what he would be if he was a serious, like, political person. I mean, he probably is. It's just the comedy outweighs what he's actually done.
He was a weird dude.
I invented the internet.
He did say that.
All I know is that election was a fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as recent ones, but still a fiasco.
Florida,
And,
Florida fucking us again.
Yep. It's like, oh, I'm gonna drop out because I didn't win. Recall gets called anyways. In Florida, he wins Florida, but he's dropped out already. Like, no.
So what have you done?
Only if he was more tenacious.
I loved Al Gore on South Park. It's so funny.
But who knows? Then we wouldn't have gotten Bush getting hit with a shoe. So, you know, it's still one of my favorite moments. I don't know if it was worth it, but it's still funny.
Not as good as that Australian politician getting thwacked in the face by a dildo.
I haven't seen that.
So it was a French one.
I'm pretty sure it was Australian.
Saying dildo and Australian in the same sentence seems to make more sense to me. Seems like something they would do.
I know in France it's super common as a way of like passive aggressive protesting.
Just bringing dildos?
No, to like take flour and just throw it
No.
on them, like a whole bag of flour, just dumping it.
It sounds a lot like the first step towards I am a scream and I have no mouth. Yeah. Maybe a computer that automatically suspends them if they're acting unethically. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. There's more wanted.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. That sounds right.
Yeah. Sex toy protest. New Zealand minister gets hit in the face by flying sex toy.
That could be anything.
New Zealand politician Steve Joyce. 8 years ago.
You know what? This one needs a tail. I don't know why, but this one needs a tail.
Goblins with tails are best goblins.
There we go.
I'm also a big fan of halflings with tails.
Interesting.
It's mainly because there's a artist I follow on Twitter who's doing fan art of Orem, and they're just like, there's no reason for this, but I feel like Orem needs a tail. So they just gave him a little lion tail.
Little lion poof tail.
Yep.
I don't remember what the mammoth was supposed to be. What was the mammoth?
Paladin.
Paladin. Okay.
I feel like the tail would get in the way when Orem was Little Spoon. Was Little Moon.
Did
I think
season
Lance,
3
more
just
like-
get way too
Oh.
horny? Like,
Huh.
I still haven't watched season 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You know the meme where in season 1 and 2 everybody wants to fuck Ashley Johnson's character?
Sure.
In season 3 it's basically Ashley Johnson said okay.
Gotcha.
Basically. Yeah, they're now on the moon.
Nice. Are there
I-
white tieflings on the moon?
No, there's like, I've missed a lot since they were going to the moon. There are like, I guess 2 factions on the moon. Like you got the Rylorans who are like basically alien people, and there's like different groups of them. They all seemingly have like stretched out heads.
Interesting.
What
Pathfinder.
are we talking about?
We're talking about people on the
Critical Role.
moon. Yeah, critical role on the moon.
Yep.
In Pathfinder 1, the moon has demons living on it. Devils? One of the two.
I thought the moon was just a god.
Nope. Maybe one of them. I don't know.
Does Pathfinder have more than one moon?
Would not surprise me.
Or me.
Because then there's like Gorgus or whatever its name is. It's just a moon with a skull face on it.
I don't remember that. That sounds like some. I was gonna say Minish Cap. That's not right. The other one.
Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dalcor, by the way.
Oh.
Thank you.
Bum, ba, bum, bum.
Hi, Dipper. What can I want to do something cool on this elephant's forehead.
I need to look up mammoths real quick. I feel like I'm just making a fuzzy elephant.
I mean, kind of.
They have a specific head shape, I think.
Yeah, they do.
They have a much broader face.
They got a big old fro.
Yeah.
Alright, so
They look a lot like Asian elephants to me.
Yeah, I can see that. Like the,
Yeah. Just like the bigger nose shape.
Yeah.
African elephants have a little bit more of a smaller brow. No,
Oh,
no, African elephants have more of a rounder head. Maybe it's the forehead. Either way, yeah, mammoths have a big poof on their head.
So apparently what you're talking about, Rook, is the moon scar, is where it's this kind of weird shadowy section on the moon. And it's where demons from the abyss invaded the moon for some reason, and so there's like
Free real estate.
It's where the rabbits live.
there's like dominated by succubi half fiends.
I have sent my players there, and one of them died.
How dare you?
Not my fault. Holy symbol tattoo.
Dalcor, how long do you think it would take to replace a head gasket?
If a head gasket is what I think it is, it'd be very quick.
I was looking at it. I went to my one of my family members had him look at my car, and they found the oil leak, and it's my head gasket. I was like, poop. And they were like, buy a torque wrench and you can do it. And I was like, hell yeah.
I've never seen this before, Corvus. Is this
Really?
2E? Is this 2E stuff?
Well, it's just Pathfinder in general. They are in 2E
Okay, interesting.
and in 1E.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
They're the god of the end times.
The moon is the god of the end times.
At least this one is.
Okay.
So
Oh, now
apparently,
we know Matt Mercer's source material. Cool.
So apparently, there is a real moon, and then there is this one, which is like floating above the boneyard.
Okay. Okay. So this is not on the material plane.
No,
Okay.
but it's basically the prophecy is like when it lands in the boneyard, it's the apocalypse.
Cough, cough, Majora's Mask.
Anyway, sorry. Back to the car thing. It is the head gasket that is leaking slightly, and so I think I might want to replace it. I looked up how much it costs to have somebody replace it, and it's like $3,000. But I'm like, it's like $50 worth of materials. What the hell is the other $3,000 for? And so I'm like, if they're charging me $300 an hour, is it a 10-hour job? If you know what you're doing, because that would suck. But maybe it
I
is.
think it is, no.
But maybe it is.
So that might be a project I got to do in the next little bit. I might just buy a torque wrench because I don't own one.
You can always borrow mine.
Yeah. Oh, there's also for anybody in the Seattle area, there's a recycling event tomorrow that I'm going to.
Oh,
Who wants to go with that?
you should, forward me the details for that.
Sure.
In case I lived in the Seattle area.
In case, just in case. Get this going. Get this going.
All right. I don't think I want to do four hands. I think I'm done with this character.
That's
And,
it got pretty weird, Druid. It's
Yep.
good. It's good, but it got pretty weird.
Yep.
There's a lot going on.
Yep. It still feels pretty tame to me compared to most of the art and fan art that I'm looking at of these vampires.
Yeah.
What's really great, Rook, is I may have found a video specifically your truck, the 2-part video.
This is for the Rav.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be slightly more difficult.
Possibly.
What year is it?
No.
Where's the details?
I mean, I can look it up. I'm pretty sure you've already forwarded me the details.
I'm pretty sure I gave you the VIN number.
Yeah, everything. Everything. Let me just look it up. I'm being lazy.
Bum, bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum.
maybe don't share those details on the stream.
Now, because of a mix of subjects, I had an idea for a moon rabbit themed succubi. Yeah. Yep. What would that person be called in Final Fantasy? Puddingway's already taken, so. I was gonna say Sucky Way. That's not appropriate.
The Loperates are hilarious, and originally I was opposed to them, but now I love them.
Also, I'll ask my sister, who is a Toyota technician.
That's the way to do it.
See if she can tell you why it cost $3,000.
Yeah.
Well, we have to buy the torque wrench, you see.
I've actually had people tell me that, and that pissed me off. It's like, anytime you have to use tools, charge people for, like, your ability to buy those tools. And it's like, that makes sense in a certain sense.
Time.
Yeah, like, if it's a tool that you can only do a job and you need that tool, then yeah, that goes into it. But if you're doing something like, I don't charge people for my tablet every time I do a commission. I need to figure out how many commissions I'm going to get out of that tablet and like spread it out across its lifetime.
Yeah,
But, yeah. But like, I've had a few people try to tell me, they're like, "Oh yeah, just charge them for the whole thing." It's like, don't do that. That's scummy. That's not cool.
I mean, but absolutely charge them sort of like a wear and tear price.
Yep,
It's just
exactly.
like a
It's cost of doing business, basically. Like, yeah.
I need to replace
if-
my nibs every once in a while, but they cost like 5 cents a pop. So
yeah.
If I do an entire piece of art for somebody and it burns through a nib, I'm charging them for the nib.
yeah.
100%. Petition to have Rook play Kingmaker video game. I played Kingmaker back in the day. I tried to play Path of the Righteous, and it would not run on my computer. I tried to make a video about it, and it just wouldn't go. I couldn't record while playing it. Paizo gave me, or I guess it wasn't Paizo. Who is it? It's
Not Owl House. Okay.
yeah. They sent me a copy of the game. And I made a video and I sent it to them, and it's up. Yeah, Owlcat. Yeah, it is Owlcat. I think that's what Corvus said. A test of your reflexes.
Doesn't it? Over even as you dream.
Harem, the cleric in it, is devoted to Gore-Tex. Gortus? How do you say that name? Groteus. Grotes?
Rotus.
Grotus?
Thank you, Wikipedia, or Paizo Wikipedia, for having pronunciation guides.
I use that quite often, and then I double check it with like Google Translate crap. How do you pronounce Mary Loud? Mary Loud.
So the name also reminds me of Gortash from
Yeah,
Baldur's Gate 3.
I kept thinking that, and I was just like, it's not Gortash.
Nope. Bastard. The greasiest of villains ever.
He reminds me of the guy from Resident Evil 7 and 8, or whatever the hell it's called, The Village. Can't remember what that guy's name was either.
Like, dude, get a haircut, brush your hair, or something.
Yeah, the guy's too rich to be as, like, scummy as he is.
I wonder if they based him off that one scam CEO dude. Oh god.
I'm gonna need more than that. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was running a crypto scam and actually got in trouble and is arrested for it.
Oh, Sam Bankman doucheface or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
We don't need to say his name. He can be forgotten.
But that person very much has that same, just like, unkempt appearance.
It could just be the TikTok trend. I mean, like, overly clean grossness is kind of the theme for the day. Think really expensive wife beaters. I can't say that. That's not what they're called. What are they called? Like tank tops?
shirts.
Yeah.
Pharma Bro. Yeah, Pharma Bro. The Pharma Bro's another one. Grotesque as in grotesque. Okay, that makes sense.
Not a politically correct term to use. Or polite, or just anything.
But yeah, this is who we're talking about, Druid. If you're not familiar.
Oh yeah, I'm not. He does look like a douchebag.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he's god awful.
If you lower the graphic settings on your game, he looks even worse.
Oh, God.
His hair just gets clumpier and clumpier. And his shirt
See
looks
what I
like
mean?
vomit.
Yep. Like, it's a cool robe and everything is like on high res and everything is like super cool and detailed, but like the dude in it, nope.
It's the same thing with the
Balder lady. The murder, like, shape-changing lady.
Oh, the changeling?
Yeah. It's like, is your clothes skin?
Yes.
like I think it's supposed to be. It doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, the downscaling just makes it confusing.
God, what is her name?
Not a good character. I think she's probably one of the weakest. She's one of the villains that's just like, it's a villain you're supposed to hate, and they just cram that down your throat. It's like, I get it, she sucks.
And a lazily evil just because they're
Yeah.
evil.
Yep. I love murder.
Well, I mean,
she's the avatar of murder, which is like,
yeah.
whoop-de-doo.
She's a child of oh god, Bang or Ball.
Yeah.
So like, her being cartoonishly evil is apt.
Right. So she's just the worst character.
She's also like the most, like, arguably deranged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like every time you run into her, you're just like, oh, good, again. Okay, we get it. Yes, you're evil, and just like I'm just gonna shoot you. I'm just gonna shoot you from range, so we don't have to have this interaction. I get it.
Yeah.
Looks like a douche canoe. It's a matching set. A little bit.
I'm so evil.
I'm so evil.
What was it? I had a short that came up earlier today where I guess sometimes she can kidnap or be the kid in camp.
Oh, interesting.
And she may or may not murder the cat that the kid comes with.
Oh no.
And
Ugh.
it's just it's very much on the same
Yeah. Just
same
unnecessary,
sentence.
I don't
Like,
know.
oh look at me, I'm so evil.
I would have killed you for free. I was
Look
gonna
at
do
how
it anyways.
evil I am.
Yeah.
Almost feel like it might have been intentional to make her like
It is.
weak in that regard, because like the other two are very, from what I've like seen from cutscenes and everything, are more complex than her.
Mhm.
And just like
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
seems like their weakest link. It's like, we're keeping her around because we got rid of a certain someone and we needed her to take the place, but she's not our ideal candidate. She's the sub in. she's she's the understudy.
The understudy for murder.
I mean, I would also say that, like, out of all the evil gods, the god of murder is also just like, I
Yeah.
don't know,
So
kind of the most flat one in general.
yeah, that's what I'm.
So
I'm
I
not.
think-
I don't think we need to. I don't want to make it feel like you guys have to feel like you're defending the game, because it's. She's not like. She's not a bad character for the game, right? Like, they built her fine. She's just the worst character in the game. Like, it's like, I don't want to interact with her. If I could kill her, like, right at the beginning, I would. They don't let you, which is frustrating. And so it's just like, we know this person is evil. We know there's no talking to them. And yet we have to interact with them for 20 minutes. It just makes you mad.
I heard that you actually could kill her pretty quickly.
Can you? Because I've, like,
Tried.
yeah, like the first interaction, the second time we went through the game, it was just like, it's her, I don't care, let's kill her. She leaves. And it's just like, boo, boo.
I mean, let's be real here. You can technically kill her in Act 2.
I will have to double check that. I will try harder next time. How's that sound? Either way,
Right? Yeah,
she's
yeah,
my,
you can-
she
you
is
can
my
kill it-
least
you
favorite
can-
character in that game,
You
which
can
is
kill her at the end of Act 2.
Huh.
With Gale.
Oh, okay. That doesn't count.
What are you talking about?
You have to have a
totally
specific
counts.
character.
If the only way to kill a character is with, like, global annihilation, that does not count.
It's not global annihilation.
It
it's
ends
just
the
zone
game. It
annihilation.
ends the game.
Yeah, but for the good of everybody in Baldur's Gate.
I'm totally fine with that ending.
I mean,
Not what I
my-
wanted. Not what I wanted.
I know,
Think it-
sorry.
annihilation. I think one of my favorite things I saw is when you find this relic that's clearly "do not touch this relic," like glowing sun mace. Of
Oh yeah,
Lathander.
yeah. Mm-hmm. I have that. I
It's
touched
just
it.
like, and if you like run out and you basically can like kind of choose to leave someone to like escape, and if you leave a Astarion, you res him, and it's just
He gets mad at you.
it's comedy gold. It's like, I thought you could handle the sunlight, not the pure concentrated radiance of the literal freaking sun. Like, yeah. But I got
Fair.
this cool mace
You know
now.
what? Fair.
We got that and just blew the place up. And then I was talking to somebody about it. I think it was one of Dalcor's friends, and they were like, "You just need to solve the puzzle." And I was like, "What puzzle?" They're like, "There was a puzzle." And I was like, "Well, didn't do that."
See, I don't even know where I didn't run into that mace at all on my playthrough.
I used
I have
that
no
mace
idea
for
where it
like the
is.
entirety of my playthrough after that point, and it was great.
Oh, wait, is it in the mountain?
Maybe.
Oh, see, I didn't touch the mountains at all.
Yeah.
I just,
think if it's in the mountains, yeah, that would make sense.
I just know eventual like laser beam from the sun just nukes the whole place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's an orbital strike.
Like a scene from Independence Day.
Yeah, pretty much. We save scrubbed that a few times. Because the first time we did it, we thought there was a puzzle and we went to the wrong place. And so our entire party was just like standing around this giant glowing gem and we're like, what do we do with this? Like poking it. And then everything exploded. It was like, well, shit. What now?
Apparently you don't do that. With
Yeah.
it.
I think the way we eventually did it was we set the trap off and then we cast like haste and something else, Longstrider I think, on one person, and that person just ran just ran away from the thing, and they made it, and it was like, yay. And I think one of us did explode, and we were like, yeah, whatever. We got a sweet mace out of it, it's fine. Death means nothing to us.
Especially when you got wizards on your side.
Yeah, I mean, all that mace cost us was like one scroll of Revivify. Like, who gives a shit? Totally worth it.
Apparently, it's found in the crash.
Yeah, it's the mace.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Moniker
okay,
says
yeah,
it's
yeah.
under the Fortress of the Gith.
Yeah,
I've
then
lost the plot.
I didn't touch the mountain at all. I was like, I figured, you know what? I don't have to experience this. I can experience this in a second playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that is. It will eventually happen.
I think I burned myself out, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing. Like, we played that game a lot, but then we were playing it again with one of our friends that we hadn't played with, and I was just like, huh, I don't care. I don't care if we don't play this. So it's like, I need to take a break, and I'll probably play it again if they add an expansion.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm very, very much into Helldivers right now, so I no longer need the Baldur's Gate.
Democracy.
Liberty.
Oh dear.
All right. I think I'm done.
Yeah, it is 2
My
o'clock.
brain's toast.
I think this is probably a good place to call it. We got some good art done today. We got almost all of them done, which is pretty fantastical.
Toasty brain.
We'll be back next week for another one. Should be around
Yes,
next
the
week.
guy on the right does have 4 arms.
Yeah, I think that's all we got. I think that is all we got. Let's see if there's anybody around for a redirect.
Well, I'll help you search for people.
Bum, 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 bum. Dark Horse is making leather stuff. People are playing Final Fantasy.
Which
That's
Final
all I see.
Fantasy?
The Final Fantasy VII Rebirth review. Or, yeah. Yeah.
Want
Wait,
the
we're ending?
vampire in it?
Better luck next week on the Tuba Night. Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Looking real quick.
Unless there's somebody on Twitch, we just jump to Twitch. Nope. All right. I think we're just going to call it. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Elvin, hey, thank you, thank you. Do you want a quick goblin draw before we go? I can do a goblin.
Yeah, I make space. I'm all saved out and everything, so you can just slap it in the right hand side or whatever.
March goblins. What did I write on that? Oh, yeah, Moblin March.
Goblin Candid?
In a zoot suit? Oh, okay.
Ugh. That shouldn't be too difficult. The
Oh, it's
Zoot
not
suit is
difficult.
just
Oh, yeah.
a super big boxy
She got to make a
with
tall
drop
goblin.
pants and tapered legs.
Let's go with the mask war.
What?
The
Mask.
mask.
I don't know if the mask actually had the name or like the persona of the mask from the Jim Carrey movie.
Oh,
It's just I just call it the mask.
sure.
His yellow suit.
I almost always make them pinstriped.
I think that's what they were typically.
Yeah.
Like a
Or plaid.
really chunky pinstripe. Yeah, they usually had some sort of bold pattern on them.
I eat ugly pattern.
Well, they're designed to just be like a big flat shape, right? To make the body look like a big flat shape. As part of accentuating the very, I guess, graphic movements of the dance style that they're built for.
What was that dance style? Because I have no idea what it was supposed to be. I only think
I
of zoot
can't
suits for
remember.
like
jazz band. The girl that was listening in with me and while driving today, she wanted a gangster goblin. Anyways, sorry for holding the end of the stream for you. No, that's totally fine. I think we're good. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the suggestions. And I'm gonna draw this. Zoot Sooty goblin. So yeah, I always think of like jazz band when I think of the Zoot Suits.
Yeah. So apparently they originate with African American comedy shows in the 20s.
Oh, interesting.
And a couple lines down says these suits made it much easier to navigate through the dance floor while dancing jazz and jump blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have guessed they were supposed to be for dancing.
It looks to me like they kind of got popular in like the 40s and 50s for swing dancing.
I almost want to do something like this and just like make it triangle. Maybe I should put the ears up. Maybe that'll help. Just go real big. Go real big.
Yeah, it was part of the 1940s hipster culture.
Gotcha.
Not like how we think of hipsters, but like the original
OG hipsters.
Oh my, I did not realize they had the big baggy pants. I forgot about the baggy pants. Okay.
Yep.
Big feather. What if suit but real baggy?
If suit, but real.
And really high-waisted.
Can do that. No shoes.
Ah,
Goblins can't wear shoes.
Yeah. Goblins can't tap.
I did find an okay stream, maybe.
I'm gonna veto that just out of context.
See, so like there are a couple of Patreon streams that are also drawing art for their patrons.
What makes them okay? That they're huge? That they're maybe not appropriate?
The art's good. No, it's not that it's not good. It's just that they're drawing ponies.
Ah. I don't want to discriminate against the ponies, but
That's why
I don't want to have to subscribe to them. So we're gonna go ahead.
Bronies are people too.
Yeah.
But they don't need to be on my feed and or compliment my YouTube stream.
There. That's the person who's drawing.
One of my
Also,
favorite movies.
We don't have
is
to be
some,
good
like...
community members.
I already had my suggestion filled. One of my favorite movies is Some Like It Hot, and since I already had my suggestion filled, I had to wait for a full suggestion for a gangster goblin with a splat-like bad guy from the movie. I don't think I've...
Something like a hot's funny.
Is it? I don't think I've seen it.
It's really well. It's made to be older than it like is. It's still an old movie, but it's like it's set during the 20s.
So it's a movie made in the 70s, but in the 20s.
Well, 60s, but yeah.
Okay.
Has like Marilyn Monroe in it.
Gotcha. Oh!
John Lemon in it.
God, who's John Lemon? I always think of John Lithgow. When people
Sure
say...
it's not Jack Lemmon?
Maybe Jack Lemmon. Did you ever see Grumpy Old Men?
Yes.
Okay, he's the relatively normal looking one with the white hair.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I gotcha.
Premises, these two band members see a mob hit and have to go into hiding, so they dress up as women and join a women's orchestra.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Hilarity ensues.
I could see that as being like. I can imagine that movie in my head.
Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon in drag.
Yep.
Love it.
There we go. That's good. Okay, that's a good little goblin.
It's also a good little zoot suit.
I had to get some references. I was struggling real hard.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are done. We did it. All right. Thanks again, everybody.
Fantastic.
Let me see what these people are drawing.
Cow house?
All right. I do not know who these people are or what they're doing, but we're going to redirect to them.
See, it's like they have close to the same amount of subscribers as you do. They have quite a few people.
All right, they went in a weird direction. I'm going to pass.
That's fair. I don't even know what they're talking about.
They're talking about Charlie Sheen giving people HIV. So,
Oh no.
we're going to say goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your desk at the table. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.